Well, thank you for that, Michelle. Much love to you. Hi, Indy Groove. How you doing? Hello, Toth. How are you? Have a good one and make sure to point and laugh at that mess. Yeah, I saw your article you were posting there, banning of the Bible. Let's take a look at that for a sec. Come on. Gave us a small news clip, so let's have a look. How are you doing, Indy? Indy Groove, good to see you. You're the first like. Yeah, please like, share, and subscribe. All that good stuff. Let's see what we have here.
I never thought leopards would eat my face, sobs woman who voted for the leopards eating people's faces party. It's an adage that has been proven relevant, time and again, when the American right is forced to reckon with the consequences of its own actions. Most recently in Utah, where Republicans passed a law targeting books in school libraries that contain, quote, pornographic or indecent content. And wouldn't you know it, that very law has now been used to, wait for it, the bull.
Oh, good stuff.
With the holy book in one hand and signs in the other, frustrated parents calling out the recent decision by Davis School District that voted to remove the King James Version of the Bible from elementary and middle school libraries.
Period. Thank you very much.
The move coming after a complaint was filed with the
Well, that's very
district in
progressive.
December, when the district received an anonymous grievance that said the school district was ignoring, quote, one of the most sex-ridden books around, the Bible, adding that this edition of the Bible, quote, has no serious values for minors because it's pornographic by our new definition. Get this porn out of our schools.
So maybe it's time to update that meme. I never thought they would ban my favorite book, sobs woman who voted for the book banning party. State Representative Carol Spackman Moss is a Democratic member of the Utah State House.
Hilarious.
Before running for office, she was a high school teacher for more than 30 years, and she joins me now. Representative Moss, thanks so much for coming on the show. What is your reaction to the King James Bible being taken out of some Utah school libraries? Do you support that move on the basis of, I don't know, consistency? If Republicans are going to ban books with vulgarity or sex in them, then that includes the Bible.
The show?
Yes, it was consistent. And by the way, I was an English teacher. I taught literature and writing, and I sometimes taught a unit called the Bible as literature. But the
apparently I had
person who
lost my
filed
seat.
this challenge just put it out there to see if they would follow the same process and see what they're doing to other books. And boy, did the lawmakers, the Republicans, take the bait. And
Hey, Dolly, how you doing?
outrage they expressed in meetings. And not just outrage, but actual threats in the meeting last week.
Right, Mark? How you doing?
Charge them with, if they don't just immediately take a book out that's been challenged as pornographic, they could charge them with felonies. But the Bible, they said things, this is the first step toward atheism and hedonism. But all they did was the district followed their procedure of let parents and teacher review committees make a decision, and they put it in high schools only. That was it.
So do you think Utah Republicans are simply going to end up changing their own rules here to protect religious texts that they approve of? There's some talk that the Book of Mormon could be challenged next, which would be hugely controversial in Utah.
Yes, it would. It would. But what they were the person who challenged it, I assume they were pointing out is bill is flawed, because you should take everything in context and its literary value. And they're not doing this with some books. They're just saying these lines are what they call the bright lines.
And he's not moving.
Pornographic, they should be taken out. No, they should, all books that are challenged should be looked at as a whole, not by individual words or passages. And Mehdi, I just want to say they haven't discovered Shakespeare yet.
God help us all. So So you spent decades as an English teacher, as you say. You mentioned Shakespeare. Yes. Big picture. What do you make of this right-wing campaign of book bannings in your state and across the country? What impact, in your view, is it having on our public schools, on the American education system?
It's a huge impact. Inordinate amount of time. In the district I taught in was 62,000 students,
Over here.
there have been 94 books challenged by 6 people. And this is typical.
Wow.
And these lists do not just come out. Many I don't think people have even read. They come
All
from
right. Why
lists,
don't you sit there?
groups like Moms for Liberty in Utah, Utah Parents United. It's a small but very organized group. They're
camera's
the
all messed
same
up.
books that
Thank
have
you,
been
Max.
in the canon for years. The Bluest Eye by Toni Morrison,
This life
Beloved.
reads
See,
like a
they've gone
parody.
from
Yeah,
just
right.
looking for books that have to do with
Change chairs and mess
LGBTQ
with
kids and
Max.
BIPOC kids. That's
Move
the
them to the side.
primary list.
I try that.
Now they're
It
moving
doesn't always
into
work.
established literary
So
works.
yeah, banning
And
the
that's
Bible.
where
That's
I
cool.
really say we have to
So
draw
that's
the
what
line.
happens when you
Hundreds of thousands of dollars are being spent on
when you
this,
go and you make
time,
laws to try to ban
hours and
people from
hours,
speech.
instead of working on.
But they didn't really need to do that. Really, the pornographic laws were already in place to take care of that. So I don't know why they had to go and change it. They had to go make a big deal. Hey, Elderberry. Yeah, I hate MSNBC. I haven't watched them. I don't really watch them. Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, Max, I need to move you to the side. Would that be all right? Smudge break time. And we'll move on to the Schumann resonance. Hey, Paula, how you doing? I'll put the invite button for anyone that wants to come up and chat. Hi, Max. Yes, my arm tastes wonderful. Thank you. I'm glad you think so. Let me pin that. Reinstall dueling. Yeah, there you go, Elderberry. There's a plan. I don't know how long that would last, you know. Sexy words are dangerous. Yes, exactly. Yeah, it has nothing to do with using pornographic images. It's just all about words, right? But, yeah, I'd be interested to know which particular scenes. That'd be an interesting one to find out. What they exactly find pornographic about the Bible. Not that it doesn't have sex in it, but not to the same degree or intensity. Okay, let's see, where were we here? Okay, let's go on. Let's move on here. Hey, Mary. Doing good, doing good. Was going to go out, but it threatened to rain, but now it's sunny. It's a weird day. So where are we? Press. There we go. Hey, Desert Rose. So who are you going to call Ghostbusters? So Putin. Does Putin have the support? The Wagner Group. So they have made in trails into Russia, supported by paramilitary groups. Don't know if they have the support of the Russian people. I don't think so. This seems to be provocateur. Coup in Russia. Wagner's Prigozhin goes head to head with Moscow. First of all, it's the first time I'm hearing about it. Wagner's Prigozhin met with Colonel General Unisov, I think, Eunice Beck, Yurikov, a deputy minister, defense minister, and Lieutenant General Vladimir Alesky, the first deputy chief of the general staff. So I haven't heard anything about it. New World Order support collapsing Douglas McGregor, Colonel of NATO and WEF, Davos, Wagner Special Forces. So yeah, this is all supported again by the West, apparently. Putin or Putin? Yeah, right, Desert Rose? The fires are still going. Some of them are out. They got the West Coast out because it snowed up in the mountains, so that was good. The sub-story took over everything, yeah, including Sam Bankman-Fried, who is silently slipping away. The charges on him are being dropped. Oh, probably, Travis. Depends on what happens. We'll see. Good to see you, buddy. Yeah, Sam Bankman-Fried. His charges are all being silently dropped, and I'll be back in a moment. Forgot my. Okay. Thought I forgot my coffee. That was important. All right, and the slap on the wrist that Hunter received. You got to come up, Travis? Yeah, Uncle Sam Bankman-Fried. Yes, exactly. Nicely put, Indy. So yeah, supported this group, which is pretty much a company. Sounds like. You know, they're going to support the inroads to the breakup of Russia. Putin put on a pretty good speech about it here. But he talks about how the breakup of the Soviet Union in the past. Oh, here it is. Is that it? No.
Well, they made reports of ongoing clashes in the south of Russia.
Yeah, Putin addresses the nation about the armed insurrection. Here we are.
Анархии и братоубийству. К поражению в конечном итоге и к капитуляции. Повторю, любая внутренняя смута – смертельная угроза для нашей государственности, для нас, как нации. Это удар по России, по нашему народу. И наши действия по защите Отечества от такой угрозы будут жесткими.
So he's
Те, кто сознательно встал на путь предательства, кто готовил вооруженный мятеж, встал на путь шантажа и террористических методов, понесут неминуемое наказание. Ответят и перед законом, и перед нашим народом. Вооруженные силы и другие государственные получили необходимые приказы. Дополнительные меры антитеррористического характера вводятся сейчас в Москве, Московской области, в ряде других регионов. Будут также предприняты решительные действия по стабилизации ситуации в Ростове-на-Дону. Она остается сложной. Фактически заблокирована работа органов гражданского и военного управления. Как президент России и верховный главнокомандующий, как гражданин России сделаю все, чтобы отстоять, защитить конституционный строй, жизни и безопасность, свободу граждан. Тот, кто организовал и готовил военный мятеж, кто поднял оружие на боевых товарищей, предали Россию и ответят за это. А тех, кого пытаются втянуть в это преступление, призывают...
So he's concerned and he's raising fears amongst his people that this will cause the breakup again of the Soviet Union, which led to death and poverty for many. So I don't know what he's going to do. He's going to go right after that Wagner group, I guess. Keep losing you guys in all these tabs I've got open. Yeah, he's been in power a long time. Hi, James LeCoeur. Every piece of land, where Desert Rose? I don't know. Has a 99-year lease. Okay. But where? In the groove. Drawn up as state boundaries, which are man-made borderlines. Yeah, they often follow natural lines. Hi, Paula.
Hello. I don't think I've been able to join you very much often lately, so I decided I'd come in.
All right.
Oh, I'm still not fully awake. I'm having one of those days.
Okay.
Can't fully wake up on what they're doing, but
So here's June 13th on the Schumann resonance. You see the spikes?
oh yeah.
Yeah, so apparently around Father's Day, there was a change in the energy. A lot of people actually have been complaining of, I would call them energy-induced problems or things they notice. Hi, Dolly.
Yeah, I've been super tired, but can't sleep good. Seriously nauseous for no reason. And then those dizzy spells that whether I'm sitting or standing, it feels
Yeah.
like I could just fall over in the floor.
Yeah, I'm hoping that these are supposed to be possibly good things. We'll see. Hi, Max. All system checks. Even started a calendar just for you. Oh, awesome.
Uh,
What kind of calendar? Just a calendar of my shows? Colorado is a perfect rectangle shape. Ah. Yeah, Desert Rose is having the exact same thing.
wow.
Slept last night for the first time. Slept last night for the first time in a week, says S.
Wow. That's horrible. But at least he finally got to sleep.
Paula, are you low on iron and high in blood pressure? I don't know. Hard to make
I
a diagnosis over the internet. But,
no, everything's good.
Yeah. I experienced the same thing, Desert Rose. So what I found fixed that was some amino acids. Um, I had 2 days where I was feeling heart palpitations.
Yeah, those two.
Yeah, I took some amino acid mix of arginine, citrulline, bromelain, and haven't had it since. So it's been pretty good.
It's not as bad now. It's lessening, but it's
Mhm.
still there torturing me just a little bit, just enough to annoy.
Yeah. Hi, Pa
So
Joe.
I think it's passing.
Borders are part of the divide. Now, I've heard by July it will pass. I'm going to show you guys that, and let me show you a small clip from a video. Where is it? Ah, there we go. You know this lady? She's called Mind Forward.
Anna.
Okay. Well, I will tell you what's coming in the future, and it's going to be general. It's not going to be detailed, and I don't want you to see it as anything
Let me slow that down again.
but information at this point. Okay, so we all know, and this is something that is good to have as a prophet too. Okay, and you guys all are prophets. You trust me, your dreams are prophecies. Okay. We all know that the kingdom comes. We all know that earth will find peace. We all know that. It is coming. We feel it in our bones. because it's happening in us and it is happening in Mother Earth also. We are united, we are one. So we all know that's coming. That's the way to live. To say, oh, well, no matter what happens today, I understand that the wave, that the current is always for love and peace. Always. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a little glimpse of the future, but I don't want you to take it and analyze it or cling to it or do anything. Okay. There's a transition coming shortly that should help to release and relieve us of this intense energy. So what I'm seeing short term, guys, is that we entered this time period of super, super intense energies, maybe at the end of April, beginning of May. We hit the apex of the super frequency, information, and energy pouring from the sun, pouring from the galactic center, January 1st. What? June 20th. And what you went for was to break through what no civilization had ever done before. The ability to transmute the energy from something destructive, negative potential, to be able to handle it, harness it, heal it, and transmute it into something better, into something good, instead of catastrophe, hope.
Okay, and we've been doing the smudging. I'm looking at the timing of when she's saying this from the 21st or so.
Okay. That's what this was for.
And when we started doing the
smudging
smudging
here.
just kind
And
of an
then
interesting
I
correlation.
believe the super intensity that we've been experiencing should start to be alleviated next month. Next month. And I'm going to show you on the calendar where I believe that is and why I believe that is, okay? Okay. This calendar is all kinds of things. We've got July represented in here, so we're going to talk about July a little bit. We have fireworks here. Maybe this could be the 4th, okay? Because fireworks is part of this here. But what we have is a new moon, and there needs to be 2 witnesses for the new moon. The moon is green cheese, but this is also the moon. This is the menstrual cycle. This is, this could be the sun with its green rays. This could be the sun with its green rays. However you see it, this is the moon and sun together at a new moon. At a new moon. The new moon in July is on July 17th. Okay, July 17th, we've learned about on the channel, and it's the verse in the Bible, 7:17. No, I'm sorry, it's not. It's not the verse number. It's Genesis 8. Sorry.
She has some interesting interpretations.
Okay, so what it says in Genesis 8 is, and the ark came to rest on the 7th month, on the 17th day of the month. So 7th month, 17th day of the month. And ironically, I was just talking about the ship landing in the last video. So we've got that sentiment where the ark comes to rest. Okay, guys? On Mount Ararat, of course, is where the ark landed. And Mount Ararat means the curse reversed. So I feel like the new moon in July 17th, we talked about it. In fact, we had a song about it. If you guys remember, the strawberry wine song, okay? I feel like we're going to have a little bit of relief from these intense energies where things should start to level out. And of course, that's one of our goals, is to have a little bit more balanced energies, okay? Balancing these tremendous energies that are causing chaos a little bit in us right now. They're super intense at working with the fullness of these things, okay? The next day, July 18th, is also an indication that these energies are going to let up a little bit, okay? And it's because the lunar nodes or the lunar poles are switching signs. The lunar nodes, the lunar poles are switching signs. They will move from Taurus and Scorpio into Libra and Aries. There you have it. Libra is the balance. Scorpio is the churner of the dirt. Okay. So that as we're getting to the final degrees of this movement of the lunar nodes, we're really feeling the intensity of that scorpion sting. No wonder the spirit said, death has no more sting. Okay. Okay. So as those shift, I will say we have accomplished, and I want to congratulate you on moving through some of the toughest and most intense things that we have done yet on this journey. Okay. Super intense period. 18 months of mastery. Grad school is what it feels like. Okay. So I do see this relief coming July 17th, July 18th. Things should begin to flow a little more freely. Hopefully all of the dirt is expelled by that time. And there's a lot of hope in this because the expelling of the dirt comes from the inside out, and your skin is now permeable. In fact, there is no more flesh veil. Okay, so this should start to work a lot more cohesively as we move forward. Okay, I'm going to put those references below, and thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.
So I thought she had some interesting interpretations in that she mentioned transmutation of energies.
Yes.
That we're going to be much better at transmutation. And it seems about around the same time that she's talking about, we started up the smudging. So that seems to be something that I guess intuitively came to us, and people really responded to it. So I kept doing it. So, because you guys wanted the transmutation, it seems that that's what we're doing in conjunction with the resonance of what this lady believes and the Schumann resonance. Kind of an interesting correlation. I think that's intuition on its highest level, really.
Yeah.
I put it out there. You guys responded in a good way, and yeah, it seems to be more of a transmutation time.
Yeah. So I'm going to add that, like she stated in the video, but I'm going to reword it a little bit as I always say it.
Sure.
The light is about to burst forth from the darkness.
Okay. Yeah.
That's how it works. So, in the beginning there was darkness and then there was light. So, the darkness didn't give birth to the light, didn't give birth to the darkness. The darkness gave birth to the light. So.
So, yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
So hopefully, guys, all these energy effects that we're feeling will be gone by sometime after mid-July. I wanted to ask Mark the Ark, did you ground your bed? That's what I want to know. You're sleeping on wires, but did you ground them? That's one of the most important parts. I'm sure you did, but he claims that he got, what was it, shocked by his bed, I think it was.
Shocked?
Yeah. Let's see. Where is he? I think it is the defense against the incoming light. High harp energy, hope they lose. Um, I had to stop sleeping on a wire mattress. Much better.
And I don't know if I
Expound
told
on
you.
that a little.
I don't know if I told you the Schumann resonance thing. Now I don't
Mhm.
know if it's real or not. You know, when it went all crazy,
Mhm.
but if it is, and I kind of feel like it might be, I'm 50-50 on it, but I'm wondering if it's because of us, because the Schumann resonance, it's not just the Earth's resonance, it's everything. That includes us. And I'm wondering if we did that.
Possibly. We do affect the Schumann resonance, or events affect the Schumann resonance. But it seems to more be responding to us than anything. I don't use Facebook, Lady Spitfire. How you doing? Good to see you here. Yeah, Mark. I use a grounded mattress. You can buy them. I made my own. I bought metal sheets, and they're grounded as well. It really helps with sleep. I don't get up in the middle of the night or anything anymore, and I sleep right through. It's a huge change to protect yourself from all these incoming energies. Now, the sun's energy and all that we can get when we go out into the sunshine.
All the way down.
So that's what we need for that to have that upgrade from the sun and the incoming energies there. But when we're sleeping, it's pretty good to be isolated because you need a uh, good sleep. Really, it's key to good health, right? You have grounding mats on your bed? Yeah, I have a wire that runs around the bottom of the bed that's connected into the ground of the plug. So I heard the opposite. I heard that was bad for you, Desert Rose, sleeping with your head facing true north. Interesting, you sleep better that way. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I've heard the opposite of that as well. So, that's neat. Go swimming in a creek once a week. Yeah, that'll ground you out really good. Nice, Lady Spitfire.
Uh,
Yeah, I've had to go to the extent of creating grounding devices. You know, I talk about these constantly for people who can't ground. Um, it's just the negative pole of a battery, less headaches too, eh? Negative pole of a
yeah.
battery, and you can make your own device. You can even just hold it, cover over the positive pole with a piece of tape, and just put your thumb on the grounding. Hmm. So, barefoot all the way. It's hard to do where I live, Lady Spitfire, and unfortunately, I can't be grounded all the time. So I've opted out for artificial grounding. Barefoot in the grass feels awesome, yeah, until you step on a bug, and it's just kind of gooey.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know that you live in an apartment that's on an 11th floor, so you're nowhere near the ground.
No, nowhere near.
Yeah, so you absolutely needed to come up with another option.
Yeah, and most people can't ground all the time. We have to go places. We have to wear shoes and stuff. We have to go to work. You can't ground there very easily. You can't ground in shopping malls or when you're in your car or most places. We only really get to ground, most of us, just a few hours a week. And hey, Buzzacino. And it's important to stay grounded constantly. That's why I've had to opt for artificial. It's a
Thank
300.
goodness it works.
Yeah. Well, I was losing teeth because of it. To ground yourself is to find your path. Well, yes, there are different types of grounding. For without the path, the spirit flies free, and we must learn to walk before we can fly. lest we fly blindly away from our destiny. Nice, Buzzachino. Good to see you.
Yeah.
I thought the poles are changing. Not sure where north really is. Yeah, it's gone 40 degrees off, apparently.
Ooh.
Yeah,
So,
but I don't consider that a concern. I think the poles have switched in the past, and no real ill effects. It just changes the magnetics. It doesn't. I don't think it moves the Earth, and we're not going to have a whole bunch of
yeah,
cataclysms from it.
yeah.
I know.
If there is cataclysms, they are man-made. It's not because of this. I need to add from Anna's video, she was saying that your dreams are prophetic or whatever. And well, remember recently, probably about a month ago now, I had that dream about shooting up into space, far away from Earth, like Rocket Man, really, really fast. So if that was prophetic, then hoo-hoo. And the dreams I used to have as a child were basically predicting and showing things from the past and the future. Especially the scene to the right when I had like a triple dream all in one. The scene to the right was a tent with a bunch of unclothed adults and children. That's all I'm going to say about that. And now it turns out it was happening and has been happening and is still happening.
Yep, been happening from forever, pretty much.
Yes.
But now it's gone mainstream and large scale.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never heard of the graphite sandals. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, me neither.
Graphite soles. That's interesting because graphite is a great conductor of electricity. So they're graphite batteries that they should be making. Canada has a good supply of graphite, and yeah, it'd be a good idea. But we're not doing that. Instead, we're going for lithium and all that. That really pollutes. Just watch Rocket Man. Okay, there you go. There's some confirmation for the elder, Paula.
Heck yeah. Haha. Nice.
Don't know that it's much confirmation, but it's certainly something. Coincidence, or well, there are no coincidences. Certainly correlation, right?
Yeah.
Certainly an interesting correlation. Graphene oxide in the clot shot. Yeah, that's different than graphene. It's a
it's different.
Graphite isn't bad for you. It's been used as a lubricant in machines for years and years and years. Graphene oxide is a different component, different animal altogether. Oh, let's get a smudge on for a moment. Awful soda. What's that? Yeah, soda's bad for the liver, but everybody's got to live their life, no, for as long or as short as they want to. Everyone knows the dangers of sugar. At least I hope they do by now.
Sugar and that other thing. What the hell's that syrup called? Corn syrup.
Corn syrup, yeah.
Yeah, corn syrup. Yeah.
High fructose corn syrup, yeah.
High fructose corn syrup. Yeah.
Sleep on top white quartz makes me have headaches. What? White? Wow, you sleep on top of white quartz and it makes you have a headache? Wow. Then don't do that. if that was what you meant to say.
Well, quartz amplifies.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe it's amplifying some negative energies too.
Right. It could be amplifying negative energies, like if you're having nightmares all damn night. Yeah, you're
Oh, it
torturing
is.
yourself.
I didn't notice that before, Lady Spitfire, that your avatar is a Coke bottle. Here today, gone tomorrow, we feel joy, pain, and the sorrow. Yeah. Some wish they had made more time to borrow, so seize the day and do not die hollow. There you go. Yeah, you gotta have some fun in life, right? GMO corn syrup. Yeah, it is. Because pretty much most corn now is GMO. The whole yard is white quartz. Wow. Yeah, graphite is slippery stuff. I was watching a guy that Robert Murray Smith. He's on YouTube, but he was developing the graphite battery, and I went along with his I went along his journey of developing it, and he obviously took it much further than I could because of the money he has. He eventually made it to where he could basically print a battery on a printer. Very low tech, nothing high tech, no huge industrial chemicals or anything like that. He just printed graphene onto a piece of paper, stacked them up, got the proper linkages to them, and made a battery. Ran like an incredible amount of time, too. I have a vendetta against Coca-Cola. Yeah, we have a Coca-Cola production site just up the road here, or distribution. I'm not sure if they actually produce it. I know they get the big truckloads of syrup in there, and I think they mix it up and put it into the cans and bottles. But yeah, right here in my city, we got huge distribution of Coca-Cola. Yeah, that's ice water is a good thing. Yeah. Drinking cold water, apparently, I've heard can help people lose weight too. I'm not sure on that one. Takes more energy to process the cold water than the hot water, than warm water, I believe is the theory on that.
Huh. I know we're not supposed to drink warm water, but we drink things like cocoa, coffee, tea, hot.
Yeah.
Wheat soup, that's hot water. I mean,
Yeah. Coffee, yeah, all of it, really.
yeah.
Drinking cold water might be good for you. Atlanta is the world of Coke. Okay. Yeah, ice water's good.
I really do miss water being sweet.
Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, water tasted sweet, but I don't know if that was just the aluminum in it or not. Aluminum and fluoride, right?
Well, that stuff I'm sure is still in the water, but it's not sweet anymore. Now it's bitter.
Yeah.
And for those who are into the Bible, the Bible does talk about the waters becoming, I think it even says from sweet to bitter. You'd have to go look it up. I don't feel like doing that right now.
Well, there was the sweet and the bitter waters. The waters from above were bitter and the waters below were sweet. Some people think that has to do with a dam that was built by Enki is one of the interpretations. Could be the ethereal water above us and the water on Earth. Many different interpretations of that. Coke tastes like metal these days. I haven't had a Coke in years, so I have no idea.
Coke sucks.
I did have, I've had, lately I like root beer, but you can get it with real cane sugar, apparently. That's what it says on the label. I don't know.
That's what it says on the label anyway, right?
Right.
But hey, it's summer. It's time for root beer floats.
Never had one of those.
You never had a root beer float. What's wrong with you?
I don't know. I didn't like
You
the
like
idea.
root?
I didn't like the idea of. I don't like cream sodas either, so probably wouldn't like.
Well, I don't like cream soda. It's not the same.
Oh, okay. Hi,
No, not at
Steve-O.
all. It's delicious. You can do it with Orange Crush. Um,
It just sounds wrong to me. I'm sorry. It just.
no,
I don't know. I don't think that's
it's.
going to happen.
I love floats.
Never had one. I don't know. There's just something wrong about putting ice cream into water. I don't know. I suppose it's good. Some people love it. Whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the stuff.
Tears of
Really?
joy are sweet. Tears of sadness are salty. That's an interesting one. Good way to look at it. Yeah, we're doing well, Steve-O. Just
97 pounds.
yeah, that's
You need to go have a sandwich.
get somebody to bring you that sandwich. We don't want you burning any more calories.
Holy crap.
Oh yeah, down in Mexico you can get Coca-Cola with cane sugar, ice cold, or a margarita. Nice. Kahlua and Shanty float with coffee ice cream. Buzzacino's got the buzz on, that's for sure.
No, you do not drink coffee cold. That's bad.
Actually, I like cold coffee. And it's going to have Kahlua in it. So
I have to drink it while it's hot,
I don't know. I'm kind of down for that, Buzzacino. That sounds really good.
or I have to reheat it in the nuker.
Well, the topic, Steve-O, was the Schumann resonance, the effects it's having on us, the timing of it, transmutation, solar radiation, transmutation, and the smudging, if that's clear for you. And how these energies are supposed to be waning by the 18th of July. And this is supposed to be information coming in. We know that light is information, so we're receiving some type of a download, maybe an upgrade. Who knows? We'll see what happens. Don't know what you thought of that there. But we played a little video, and yeah. So it's just kind of an all relating thing that energy changes happened while we decided to do the smudging, and yeah, lots of indications of good things coming from it. Thank you for the clarification. Sandals on Cultivate Elevate. Look for the link. I'll find it eventually. That's really cool. Thank you, Dolly. You've been getting lots of electric shocks from your cat. Yeah, and the summer or the spring is usually a very grounded time. Usually the winter for me is when like I'll get shocks from doorways or my cats or other things.
Or the car. Jesus. The car shocks me all the time,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
it's bad in the winter.
Yeah. That's high dry. The dry atmosphere allows the electricity to flow better. That's why 5G doesn't work well in the rain or through trees because of the water content.
Yeah.
Desert download time. I read a study about studying the amber from long ago and that it had an oxygen bubble in it. Not only that it showed that the atmosphere was electrically charged about during the biblical times. Interesting. That's interesting. So energy can be good, can be bad. This artificial energy they're sending us is detrimental and painful, but the cosmic energy should be upgrading, and we're coming into the age of Aquarius. So those we're in the age of Aquarius, so those energies should be affecting us and opening up our knowledge, our knowing, our third
That's
eye.
why it is.
Hey, Pearl.
That's why everything's a mess right now, because they're fighting it. The Canaanites, they're fighting it, and they don't want anyone to know anything. That's why everything has to be shut down, and you can't say that, you know.
Yeah. Something to do with atmosphere being charged, rolling with Nikola Tesla's free energy type deal. Yeah, see, in the past they had those obelisks, right?
Yeah.
Now, I had the idea when I was young that those obelisks were there to catch lightning, that they were there because the Earth was so highly charged that you could get zapped, and that those obelisks, high monuments of stone, were there to catch the energy, to keep us safe. I don't know why I thought that when I was young, but it just made sense to me, a lightning rod. And I don't know if they were used for that, but it's a pretty good theory for a 7-year-old.
Not right for a 7-year-old.
Oh, we got Intergroup thinking of root beer.
and only the good root beer, only A&W.
Yeah, A&W. Well, there's mug root beer that has cane sugar in it as well. There's a lot of root beers that have cane sugar. I don't know why that is. Like, that's interesting.
I don't like the flavors. They screw it up. Other root beers don't taste the same. They don't taste right.
Right, Indy? I've done that, Intergroup. Slide the bar to the right. When I use my text-to-speech, I fall behind on chats, on stuff, on videos I'm watching. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
You don't know how long you're behind, so you don't want to miss anything. So, yeah.
But you could just pull the bar over. Yeah.
Slide the bar to the right. Canaanites, are they the creators of civilization?
Well, they've been here the longest, so I'm going to say yes. That's my opinion.
Yeah, you're a pretty skinny guy there, Indy. I don't weigh a lot either, but I'm 6 foot tall. I only weigh about 135. Right, Karen? Let's do a smudge. There's my Santo Palo there, Palo Santo. Oh, looks like it. There it is. Rum is from sugars. Yeah, all alcohols. Mead wine, I made that just using honey, water, and yeast. I liked it after about the first week. It was still bubbly and didn't have a lot of alcohol in it. Hey, the realist, how you doing? Good to see you, buddy.
The realist. Yes.
No, you're not going to escape now. Paul is here.
Might as well pull him in.
You got to come on up. We're discussing energies today, McCoy.
I had a talk with our lady friend after we left that live last night, and we got everything all straightened out. And now she understands where I was coming from. We talked for 3 hours total.
Yeah.
Yes.
St. Paul the Apostle Saul. Yeah. You took what? Eucalyptus? I took Epclusa for Hep C. Thank you.
Gremlin, that was her name. Gremlin.
Yeah, Gremlin.
Yeah. Had a nice talk with her after the show and got her all caught up on why we do not take responsibility for crap other people did to us.
Oh,
Only for their own shit.
Yeah, she was kind of stuck on all of this is our fault.
Yeah, we did this. No, the Canaanites did. I made that abundantly clear to
Yeah,
her, and
this has
she
been done to
understands
us
it.
from long, long ago when the kingship descended from heaven and the
Yes.
rulership started.
Yeah,
Well, continued pretty much.
yeah. And but she wasn't understanding that, and I'm guessing, when we were live on YouTube, I'm guessing because of all the other energies there, she was like knocked off of her balance, and she couldn't understand what me and the realist were trying to say. And you too, you had our backs when we weren't talking. um and but she understands now
Okay.
perfectly.
Yeah.
So
I, I
yes.
don't I don't knock the different perspective. We create our reality. We manifest it. I don't agree with that because there's other manifestors out there, but I don't I don't disagree with people thinking that we are the manifestors of our reality and we put ourselves in this situation. I just don't agree with it. That's all. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Well, we are being hindered. Our energy is being hindered. It's
Oh
being
yeah.
captured and
There's
used
so many
against us for
patents. There's
evil.
so many
Yes.
patents and groups working against us at the moment.
Yes.
You know.
And I think she gets that now. Hopefully she puts that to memory. She
I
should
hope
be.
so because blaming yourself for what's going on around you is pretty self-deprecating. And
It is.
that could wear heavily on the soul, right?
And
Yeah.
she was
Oh yeah.
saying that she was saying we're not victims, but if you're taking on a responsibility of somebody else's shit, you are now victimizing yourself.
Yeah.
And so, she gets that now.
Dad's root beer, is that got cane sugar in it too? Yeah, I don't agree with that. There are other entities out there. I'm not the only entity. If I am the only entity, that means I'm just projecting all of you, and I don't believe that's true. I think
Right.
you guys are projecting yourselves.
Yes. Yes. We're projecting ourselves
Because
forward.
in my world, if I were projecting you, I think you'd behave differently. Maybe not. I
Right.
don't know. Maybe
Right.
not. Who knows? You're 1.5 speed, Indy. All right, we'll catch up soon.
Yeah, I'll catch up soon. Oh, the realist likes to do that.
Yeah,
Before he comes in, he likes to get caught up.
yeah. I had to slow down the video I was watching there that I showed because
Yeah.
I watch it in 1.5 speed or sometimes 2 speed, depending on how the person's speaking. Pork cancer in my book? Pork is cancer in my book. Oh, okay. Cancer is nothing people die from because eugenics replaced medicine. Yeah, well, yeah, they don't really understand cancer. Everybody's got cancer. It's just whether it's proliferating in your body. I kind of am more of a proponent now of terrain theory because when they take the PCR tests and they take your cells or whatever's in you, they can amplify that up like 50 times, and they could say that you have super Ebola because
Yep.
there's enough Ebola in there to say you have a super Ebola. But where did the Ebola come from? Well, obviously it was already in you.
Right. Just
If it
not
came,
activated.
yeah, it's just not activated. So the poisons that they put in us in the air and the water, the food, those seem to be the activators, right?
Yeah.
Pork is death. I do love me some bacon though. I don't eat I don't eat pork really. Haven't had a pork chop in years and years.
Yeah, they're not that great anyway. Bacon's better.
Yeah, bacon's got all the. That's where they store all the crap, uh, like all the toxins from what they eat and stuff. It's in the fat.
Yep.
It's disgusting, but God, it tastes so good.
We were raised on it. It's not our fault.
Mm,
Another thing that was forced on us.
yeah, yeah. Like London McLovin, he's a vegetarian, raised his kids as vegetarians. Don't seem to have any health problems, but like it's like allergies. Back in the 80s, they were pushing sanitation in the household, and people were encouraged to sanitize everything so the children had no exposure to anything. So we ended up with a generation of children with severe allergies. It's still continuing because some people do that type of isolation. You got to get a little dirty. Read a book about how big of a no-no it was to give your cat pork, especially bacon, because it clogs their arteries. And what about humans? Pork and other white meat. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Now, there is when I was learning about colloidals, there was a guy who did an experiment with colloidals. He had a man eat a high-fat dinner, took his blood about a half an hour after the dinner to check the amount of fat and cholesterol in it, and it was very high. Fed him a colloidal mixture, and then fed him again. Did the experimental method. Fed him again. Took his blood. It was supposed to be a high fat and caloric level, but he had given him a drink with colloidal metals in it, and when he drew the blood and tested it, it had low colloidal and fat content. So we can process these fats and stuff, but it seems that we need the proper minerals and nutrients, and of course our soils and foods and all that are depleted from minerals. So I think that has a lot to do with it as well, like how we process these foods. So just food for thought there. I do take a heavy colloidal mix of gold, silver, and titanium. Yeah, watching for them free radicals. Yeah, trying to view us through fake energies forever. Quite possibly, Joe. Looks like they've been around for a long time. I've done episodes on the fasces, how it is basically a microwave weapon that they probably used in the past to cause plagues and other problems. Be a great weapon during war. You blast one off before a war, because the armies in the past used to just line up, so you'd end up with a perfect target for a fasces weapon, a microwave weapon. So, yeah, hard to get away from porn. You're watching PBS. Yeah, I bet it was, Dolly. If you eat it constantly, it can be pretty bad for you. I would bet. Here's one. Almost everything here procreates. So is it possible for souls to do too? Make this place the incubator and/or school? Yeah, I believe that, Buzzacino. Um, I think that if God gave him himself and split himself to make more, because God's in everyone and everything, that we too must probably split and divide, procreate our souls so that there are more souls in the universe. Because God is still learning, still experiencing through us. He would have to have an infinite source and an infinite expanding source of reality and understanding. So I do believe that, Buzzacino. I haven't really gone too deep into it, whether there's like an upper soul, lower soul, if it's a split down the middle. It's something I'd like to think about. Maybe we could do a question of it in remote viewing class and get some real answers on that. Hi, Christos. How you doing?
Christos.
The link's up top for anyone who wants to come
A
in.
lot of my babies are coming in here, but they ain't coming up. What the hell?
Mhm.
What the hell?
The realists might still be catching up. So.
Hurry up.
Eternal sparks in flesh suits. Yeah, I think so. I've been working, going over and talking to Caged Reality a lot. He's done a lot more research into the science of remote viewing than I have. That was done here in Canada, and seems that everything has memory. The Earth's magnetic field is apparently a repository of memory. They have concluded. So, if the very stones that we live on are a repository of memory, then so too would we be a repository of memory in a field, in our magnetic field.
Yes, absolutely.
Mm.
Like I said in London Man's video last night, you know, I remember a place that was good where we could be our good selves without hindrance.
Mm. Hi, Christos. Um,
Think I'm here to bring that back.
yeah, I want to answer this. The childless. No. Do the childless souls return to source? Recalled? No, I don't think so. I think all souls are eternal, and they probably do the same process as we do by splitting. There were many people like Trismegistus, who I don't know that they had any children, or many others who didn't have children, but their souls seem to carry on. There's when I was younger and studying Druidry, there was a lot of people that seemed to have memories of famous people, and I wondered how that could be. And I theorized at the time that there was some type of a soul splitting or a fracturing of souls, possibly because of traumatic death or something like that, where pieces of them seem to be embedded in others. I don't know if it's quite like that. It could be that soul of some of these famous people have split that many times. I don't know. Swine who eat? Yeah, just saying, eh? Does God need to eat himself or herself? Well, yeah. Short answer, yes. God set up this system where what it is we live off the dead. If you believe what I believe, or even if you can think of the concept of us living on a giant dead dragon, we're living off the flesh and the nutrients of that dragon. Just
Well,
like plants living off of the dead leaves and dead animals, dead fish in the forest.
well, I think it says somewhere in the Bible, I'm going to have to try to look that up when I get done saying this and see if I can find it. I think it says in there somewhere that by eating it, it will give it life.
Mm.
So I think that it's like a process that helps bring things to actual life, not just existence. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't fully understand it, but I'm going to go try to find it.
Well,
I'll be right
I
back.
think it's renewal. You take the old and you renew it. So it's kind of just
Yeah, renewal.
it's just a natural process, right? But divinely set up. Jury duty? No, druidry. Don't know the Bible at all? That's okay. You can read other things that have the same knowledge. God eat, yeah. Well, there's Aurora Borealis, the snake eating its own tail, the continuation of life. Gonna try to find something to eat. Try and get mom fed, filled up, so I can get the yard done. Awesome, Todd. The Himalayan Buddhists believe we're born until you achieve a light body. Yeah, that could be. Now, if you live to be as evolved to have a light body, when you die, maybe you split in two, and then there's now two light bodies, increasing the light in the universe. That'd be cool. So I make it outside, cat come inside. Okay, you speak animal. That's good. Yeah, my wife speaks cat very fluently. She's been taught. But yeah, soul fracturing or soul splitting. It's almost ubiquitous with creation, right? Where one becomes two, two become four. Paul is on a search.
It's not going well. Like a Mandela effect may have happened, and because all I can see are things against it or that seem bad on the surface. I'm only getting one scripture. I would have to research deeper to find it. You know, like the lion and the lamb and the wolf and the lamb thing. It might not be there anymore, so that's going to take time to find it.
Okay, interesting.
It's not going to be a quick
You gonna
search.
come up here, Christos? You gonna come up and chat? You got any ideas or thoughts on soul splitting? Or the energy coming in, the energy we talked about and the transmutation? Transmutation is awesome. I think that's a real work in progress. I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah.
They do have jury duty in Canada. Druidry, I didn't know.
Fun with words.
Yep. That's funny, though. Yeah, Druidry is Celtic teachings from Scotland, Ireland, and that area. Very connected to the runes as well. Druidry accepts all different practices. You could be a Wiccan druid. You could be any type of druid you wanted, a spiritualist druid, a druid, whatever you want, whatever teachings you want to unfold into Druidry, you can do that. So, really, yeah. Didn't know Druidry was a word. That's cool. Happy Schumann resonance, yeah. Got to go to work, favor and prosperity to all. All right, thanks for coming in, Pod Joe. Good to see you. Yeah, the Schumann resonance spiking on Father's Day, or the 13th, thereabouts.
People can look up what their birth rune is.
Oh, yeah? I've never done that.
Yes.
Oh,
You can look up what your birth rune is. Mine is Woonjo, and it means that all of my dreams will come true.
Oh, that's one of my favorite ones. I wonder if we have the same rune. We probably do.
I don't know why we wouldn't, but we were born in different months. Yeah, look up what your birth rune is.
Cool.
I can't wait until all my dreams come true, because then we'll all be happy.
I don't believe in a paradise, but I hope it happens for you. I think there will always be some negative. it's a balance, a dance, a universal dance, I think, between the positive and negative forces.
I just saw something last night. I don't remember what it had to do with, but oh yeah, it was supposedly from the Pleiadians or some shit. And they were talking about how it was a singularity here. And then the duality came in, and that's where the war in heaven came from, mentioned in the Bible. And when that came in, it ruined everything. But we will get back to the singularity.
Is that,
So,
you mean like the dual star system of Sirius and Earth?
well, I mean, like dark and light, good and evil. Eventually, evil will be done away with. That's my
Okay,
dream. Is
cool.
that evil will be done away with. I don't know if that means for, everything scientifically where stars and planets and whatever are concerned, but we will overcome evil.
Cool. I like to keep my my goal a little lower. That way, I really hope we can hit it. You know,
I'll reach for the stars.
go for it. I like it. But yeah, I'm hoping these energies are good for us. I know a lot of people are suffering with problems, but it could be. I've checked my. Let me just check something here. I've been checking my app, and they haven't been hammering us really hard with anything. Um, Electronically, historically, in the past week or two. Um, I can show you. We have. You can just look for the color. It's
Yeah,
all
you'll have to
yellow.
make yourself big.
Yeah, I will. But here's the energy levels they've been putting out. Let me turn that the right way. And you can see this is just this is from today here, going down into the past. You can see that they haven't really hit us with any heavy energies for quite a while. There'll be a red dot on the side there, and it's been a really long time. There's a couple now there. That was back in April. Yeah, so it's really a lot of this, I think, is the Schumann resonance and energies coming in from the cosmos. What was that? Let's see. Best to follow your flow for times of change. It's harder to lie to your heart. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Paul called you a Palladian, Paula. Okay.
Paul called me a Pleiadian. When the hell did he call me a Pleiadian? I mean, I am white skinned, blonde haired, blue eyed, so he's probably not wrong. But you'll have to tell me more there, Christos. Why don't you come on in here?
Are you at work, Christos?
Oh, so what if he's at work? He still comes in.
I know he doesn't seem to matter. Doesn't seem to matter.
When did he call me a Pleiadian? Did he call me that to my face? Did he say it to me? I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'm curious. I mean, I could be. I'm not gonna say I'm not because I don't know. He could be right. I fit the description.
Yep. Yeah. Now the Kundalini snake. I wonder if that's the separation of the soul. That could be. Just thinking outside the
Yeah, I
box.
don't know.
I don't know. Just kind of. It's an interesting subject. I covered it on not that many channels, but a few that I subscribe to. One, at least one that I subscribe to, has covered the idea of a soul splitting a little bit. It's a very difficult one to suss out. You know.
Come on in, Christos. Let's talk. That'd be super cool. Maybe he, maybe Paul knows something I don't know.
Maybe.
He's not
Maybe.
wrong about everything. I mean,
You do feel like an alien here, don't you?
I definitely am here, but not from here. I definitely feel that strongly. In it, not of it.
Yeah. I decided long ago when I discovered the idea of people's souls coming from different places. I'm pretty sure at this point that I'm a splinter or a part of Tiamat or one of the various monsters that were created to fight Marduk. So, I don't know if I'm one of them in entirety. That's why I kind of think the soul fracturing or splitting idea is really kind of cool. And it does seem to fit a lot of things.
Paul fits the Pleiadian thing too, because you can also be white skinned and blue eyed, but have red hair.
Everything has balance, so maybe time has too. To bring the timelines back together, there could be fixed points of disasters and miracles. Possibly. I haven't been proven on Mandela effect. I like the theory, but I have a hard time with that one.
Even though well, what do you think happened when the lion shall lay down with the lamb was changed to wolf?
I just don't think it was. I think people mistook that. Just like
I didn't. Not.
Okay.
Yeah, I studied it myself. Remember, I didn't let someone else tell me what it said. I went in there on my own and
convincing
studied.
me of that will be a conversation loop because I haven't been proven. Like the ones that they show me, the Bernstein Bears, that makes no sense to me. The ones, the Star Wars ones, the Star Wars quotes. I know that the Star Wars quotes were absolutely wrong when they were printed. So that one's just gone for me completely. Most of them seem to fall apart. I don't know. Hi, you tell me. Good to see you.
Hey, bro, I'm not sure what your deal is with the Mandela effect and the globe here, Max.
Yeah, timelines, I think.
My bad. Y'all got it.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to address this. Timelines and Mandela effect to me are two different things completely.
Yeah, yes, two different times. Because I don't really care for calling it the Mandela effect. So I'm kind of with you there, Max.
Yeah, Mandela effect is changes in time. Timelines I think they might exist, different splintering of different decisions. But still not sure on that one either.
Yeah. Christos, is there any way you can
go ahead there, buddy?
That music's loud.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back in.
Okay.
Because I want to hear what he has to say.
Right, memes of the wolf and lamb show.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not sure what your gripes are with the Mandela effect, but I'll be back, y'all.
Oh, I don't have any gripes with it. I'm just not convinced of it.
Yeah.
I think it's fine for people to believe it. I don't entirely discount it. It just hasn't been. I just haven't found anything that absolutely proves it for me. That's all.
Yeah.
And please don't send me your proofs.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Please do not inundate me with proof videos and stuff.
No.
I'm allowed to have my own thoughts too.
Yep.
I like discussing the Mandela effect too, so that's not a big deal. I've had real life Mandela effects, small things, but it seems like it's happening differently. Yeah.
Yes, I have, but I just don't agree with calling it a Mandela effect. I get why they call it that, but I think that there needs to be a better word for it than that, because it's more like a shift. you know, a timeline change, or you know, it's more like a shift,
Yeah, could be.
because they say that that's how you ascend. You shift from one reality to another as you ascend,
Mhm.
or even as you descend.
Yeah, the light body. I don't know if we exist in this reality or another one. I'd like, if I get a light body, I'd like to exist in this reality. I like it here. I don't know. But like you want to get out of here, and I don't discount that. You know,
Yeah.
from your perspective, it's a shithole. So,
Shithole. Yep.
you know, I see it. I see it as a paradise, or and what it could be. So I think that my goal is to stay here and hopefully change it from a shithole into something more like a paradise. You know,
Yeah, I've been trying to change it from a shithole
absolutely.
for
Well, yeah, you
some
wouldn't be
time.
online making all the noise you make and saying all the things you
Yes,
say if you weren't interested in change, right?
that's right. Good change.
Yeah.
Yes, not bad change.
Check my ashtray before the big dump. Yep. Get all those good roaches. Call it a rift in time. That's a good term there. You tell me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Material manipulation, like transmutation, could be. And there's the idea that a lot of it is being done with like machinery and devices, technology.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I see it, Buzzicino. I kind of think if you rise to the challenge of life, then you're winning, right? That's kind of my thinking on it. Kind of a simplistic thought, but you know, we get challenges of all kinds, right? We get the emotional challenges, we get the physical challenges, the societal challenges, the family challenges, lots of challenges, and what we make of it, that hopefully, in my opinion, evolves our soul to a point where we do get our light body. And things like this, we have to interact with each other to learn
Yes.
control of our emotions and our thoughts. Um, there is a saying, you won't achieve enlightenment alone in a cave because there's nothing there. You can achieve like a nirvana state of bliss, uh, where you've isolated yourself, no one's thoughts or actions are interacting or bothering you, but you're not really learning anything there except how to center yourself. But then
Yeah.
any challenge comes in and you're uncentered. Well, what good was all the centering that you did in the cave if in 2 seconds you can be uncentered? So these interactions and having even the conflicts or differences that we have over things like the Mandela effect. These teach us how to deal with different information and thoughts and not get triggered by them. Right?
Yeah.
I always find that that is one of the ultimate in mind control is to be able to trigger someone with a few words or a statement. You own that person's head at that point, and people don't realize that. Do you want to be owned by somebody, to be controlled just because they say a sentence and it triggers you, right?
Right. Like the meme, I think I sent it to you. It's a while ago, probably about maybe a year ago now, where it's a meme and this guy is standing next to this woman and he says, "Watch this." And then in the next scene, he says, "Trump," and she explodes.
Yeah, so you own that person. You own that person. You can manipulate them like crazy. Like
Yep.
from within my thoughts, I hear from within my energy grows, from within my heart it beats, from within my intention flows. Nice, does it, You're a real poet. I like that.
I love poetry.
From within my life I ponder, from within my imagination shows, from within my wisdom questions, from within my love it knows. From within my search must begin. That's good. Right? Implode.
Implode. Yeah.
Yeah, some people just, you say one thing and that's it. They're just, boom, just their brain explodes or implodes, on itself. And their thinking at that point is totally compromised, And yeah, it's important, I think, to learn not to be triggered by things.
Blatant rudeness for no reason triggers me. Boy, do I feel you there, but we still do have to learn how to somehow find balance there. That's the challenge. It's not easy. Especially, like I'm a Leo. Roar. Oh boy. Susie Q.
Hi, Susie Q. Thank you for the wish of peace. We're at peace, I think. I am.
Favorite to you.
Excellent. It's usually bad peeps who are controllable. Yeah, well, I guess they haven't done a lot of the inner work, you know. Uh, Learning to do, yeah, you've learned to cope. Awesome, you tell me. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Just where I was going. Yeah, you haven't done the inner work.
I still get passionate. That will never go away. I don't get as angry. Like, last night in the video, I could have just went all kinds off and you just
Yeah,
had
you
no
are
idea.
getting much better control.
And all I was doing was letting forth the passion. That's why I had to clear it up with them that we're not arguing. We're having a passionate discussion. He'll know when we're arguing. Definitely.
If you don't have anything to hide, then why fly off the handle? People take their thoughts as themselves, and personally, as if it makes them up, as if it's who they are.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is they're applying, like, you can do the same thing with sports, live
Right.
in the shadow of a sports team. Hey, Marlena, haven't seen you on a Saturday show. That's awesome. Good to see you. There's a link up top if you want to join us. I've learned these rude people are the ones who need the work. Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Good to see you, Marlena. So he's called the demiurge for a reason. Resist the urge. Nice, Mark. Paul loves fun with words.
Uh-huh.
You paved the road before you with the choices you made today. So please let yesterday guide you. Less mistakes along the way. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
You're not working at the moment? We missed you last night in class. We tried a summoning. I'm sure you felt it. Yeah, the Smudge Master is here. Marlena is our official Smudge Master of remote viewing class. So let's do a smudge. I don't think she's made it to any of the smudgings either, so hopefully you've watched them.
She's the official
Smudge Master.
Smudge Master, but she hasn't been at any of them except this one. Well, what the hell?
No, for class. For class. She's the Smudge Master of class. She usually makes it to class.
Oh, okay.
And keeps us in order of our smudging in class. So.
Oh, okay. I didn't fully understand. Now I do.
Oh, it's smoking up good. There we go. My boyfriend moved in last night. Okay. Well, doesn't that sound like a good thing? You sound really excited and happy. I'm so happy for you. I think. So I'm hoping that this smudge that I'm doing, you can use your own intentions, your own thoughts. The smudge that I'm doing at the moment is for the wildfires. This smoke joins up with the wildfires going worldwide, helping people become aware and awake, realizing they've been lied to and deceived, and hoping that they want to take action and disagree with the system. I'm an OGRV student. I'm an OGRV student.
Man, Christos just went poof.
Yeah. We will see how it goes, I guess. Okay.
He must have been at work. He'll be back when he can.
Kind of like learning to live within their game. Triggerability, yeah. Well, I'm hoping that they learn not to be triggered, you know?
But at the same time, people need to learn the difference between passion and being triggered.
Yeah.
Because they get confused and they think that, you know, it's an argument when it's just a discussion, you know?
Yeah, I think some people we were over on London McLovin's channel the other day. I was listening. And some people thought that you were arguing with that lady. I didn't think you were. I just think
She thought I was rope-a-doping her shit. I wasn't.
Yeah. No, you guys just had a complete difference of opinion. And that's, you know, something that's hard for people to face is just a complete opposite of opinion, you know?
Yeah. It's like, okay, I've listened to.
Yeah, but not being triggered is crucially important in these things. Like right now, they're pushing the, you know, the narrative division of flat Earth, round Earth, and they're pushing every division they can. Black, white,
Yeah.
you know, it's all division, and it's being pushed on us, you know.
And I
Triggered is
really don't think it matters what
No.
shape this thing is. We're still all here together to
Right.
learn how to get along. Oh no, Thoth is here. Yes, I said that out loud.
Yeah. Well, you know, we've got to learn to get along, you know.
Yeah, well, that was, boy, was that good timing.
You know, some people believe we have a soul, some people don't. You know, does that make you so polar opposite that you can't even converse? You know, it's.
Yes, he's right about that. Formed memories and emotions connected. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Dolly has left the building. Okay.
Oh, I'll see you later.
An argument is pointless. It's just 2 points of view. A conversation creates one more that both can hold on to.
Well, yeah, that's all I was doing was she had said her point, and I wanted my time to put my point forth as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought you guys had both equal time to put forth your points. You just disagreed, you know?
Yeah, that's all. And it don't mean I hate her. I fucking love her. She knows some awesome fucking shit.
Yeah.
She knows some of the same shit I know. If she wasn't saying all that other stuff, we got along fine. And we talked about even the things we disagreed with in the call, and she knows why, you know, I feel the way I feel now, and we're friends on Facebook now. So we can have private calls and talk for hours now.
You got to meet this Aaron guy. He's a real piece of work. Well, if I don't, actually, I avoid pieces of work. I have this uncanny ability when people are really going at it, I never seem to be around, which is.
I don't know if I
don't know
know
how that happens.
who Aaron is. I don't know.
Hey, jolly man, good to see you. Words and thoughts are real things. Yeah. Yeah, where is he? We're missing you, Christos.
Where did he go?
Right. It's how we create our life. Words and thoughts and actions, right? From those words and thoughts.
Yeah, and I ain't saying that I agreed with the Pleiadian video that I happened to come across on TikTok last night that I mentioned earlier. I was just saying, this is what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to live in possibilities instead of
That's right.
beliefs, you know. So show me all the possibilities, and I'll come up with my own decision. You know.
Right. Exactly. I'm no new ager, that's for sure, and that's usually a new ager thing, you know. I don't claim any label.
Textbook transhumanist. Interesting. Oh, you're still here. You're just on the couch. Okay.
Oh, okay. I saw that.
Did you have too many edibles? Is that what happened?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I see for your emojis. You tell me.
Yeah.
Sometimes I see these. Sometimes. But usually it's just a bunch of blocks. StreamYard hasn't caught up with that one yet. Yeah, the energy, even the that energy report that lady gave, it's speculation, but it's good speculation. I like it.
Yeah.
It seems to run congruent with a lot of things that are happening
Right.
within my life and the people that are here, the Schumann
Yeah.
resonance and all that. So, quite a lot of congruences. So.
And it's not for everyone. I've been following her since she first started on YouTube, when she started out religious like we all do. And I have watched her grow and bloom.
Mm-hmm.
And she's getting there.
What about that Belarus? Amax Belarus. Is that a person?
I don't know.
I'm sorry, no, I don't know who you're referring to.
Who or what?
Got to tell me, eh?
Tell me, eh?
I like the A there.
Yeah.
Are you Canadian, no?
Oh,
Are you Canadian,
maybe, since they're
Secret
like,
Canadian. Oh, you secret Canadians. I see you out there.
yeah, peekaboo.
There's a lot of secret Canadians in Hollywood, apparently. We've infiltrated down there quite well. So I don't know if that's a good thing. There's the realist McCoy. How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Good to see you.
Hey.
Hey.
What's up?
Gotta be honest, I didn't catch the last 12 to 13 minutes because when Paula said that what'd you say? It's a shithole. I said, hell no, I gotta get up there right now. Max said yes, he could make it his own paradise, and yeah, I'm with you, Max. But when she said it,
I tell you, sometimes she says that I gotta hold myself back.
Well, I couldn't this time myself. I just couldn't. I'm like, what?
Well, you can correct me if you need to.
I respect Paula's right to think that. I don't agree
definitely.
with it at all. But yeah, I do respect her right to think that. Sometimes it takes a little bit. I got to hold myself back, But I'm getting much better at that, getting much more control of myself. So,
Yep.
And you can't blame her for feeling that way. I mean,
No.
If someone was to just walk in this world, you would say, yeah, they'll be like, damn, this is a shithole, man. I mean, these people are eating filth. They doing filth. They're just into filth. Yeah, this is a shithole for real. Oh yeah, but some of us who see the potential and know what's out there and what's hidden, we know this could be paradise. This is definitely could be paradise. One way I know that it could be paradise is I just had a watermelon, and it was a lot of seeds in there, and I was trying to save the seeds, but I wrapped it in and put it in plastic so it kept moisture in it, and all of the seeds popped and are growing, the roots. So just imagine. But I was trying to save them from next year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But my point is that I mean, just imagine if there were just these trees were bearing fruits everywhere and food was in abundance and food was not even an after, it was just an afterthought. You know, clean air. I mean, spring waters, just everyone, you know what I mean? It's yes,
Yeah,
it's all that is, those aren't things that are far-fetched from us having them. It's just they're being
right.
suppressed and hidden. So that's what, you know, so
That's why I feel the way I feel, because we should be able to walk down. You know, people shouldn't be getting citations in Canada right now for feeding homeless people. There should be trees up and down them streets for them to pluck and eat whenever they're hungry. Yeah.
Used to be.
Yeah.
This was all orchard area. And all the fruit trees that were left, they pulled them out and they put in either maples or spruce. So they put in a non-food bearing tree every time as
yeah,
they
I mean,
replace a tree. Yeah.
and it makes sense as to why. See, that's what makes us see, we know why they do what they do.
Yeah.
You know, that's our next step. We know why. And it makes sense why. That's why we're accepting of them being who the hell they are. They're not going to change. They're who they are. It's just the ultimate goal is, you know, just to separate ourselves from them since we don't like them and they don't like us, you know. So that's just normal. You know, the earth is spacious, you know. So
Yeah. You could fit the entire population of the planet into Texas.
Yeah.
that says it all right there. That says it
Yes.
all. You know, but you know, I did want to touch on, you did show that video on the Bible. And my first reaction was, yeah, they're gonna, you know, this, we know they're working. Well, see, we also know, when I say we, that's what I, Max, what I appreciate about your channel and your Saturday afternoons is you're dealing with current affairs. Not many people are dealing with current affairs. A lot of them are dealing with theories, you know, what ifs. You're dealing with what is going on. Like we're just, it's like the New World Order watch over here. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
yeah, the
Yeah,
New
we got
World
to be
Order.
on their asses.
Yeah, so but not a lot of people are. They're just like, you know, whatever, you know what I mean? It's just, you know, so that's what I appreciate about a lot about what Max is and Paula, you know, that's why Paula and us, we ride down the same road. We're on the same path. But it's just, and a lot of people just don't get it, you know. We see it for what it is.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
see it, you know.
Sub up Paula's channel, guys. She putting out some excellent shorts and stuff. So sub her up.
Yep. I put out shorts and then I go live when I'm feeling up to it
Yep.
as well.
She's making a lot of noise. So let's
Oh yeah.
up her viewers and her likes.
Spread the word. That's the, you know,
Yeah.
that's the most important thing, is spread the word.
Yep. Same thing here in the Groove. We live on orchard land, and they put up the parking lots. You know.
And I don't mean the biblical word. I mean the words I put out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the biblical words can be read in other texts too. Like the story and the knowledge is the same. You don't have to read the Bible. You could read another ancient text and get the same
Yeah.
knowledge. Different interpretation of the same knowledge, but pretty much the same.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's what freed me from Jesus was when I read the teachings of Buddha.
Mm.
And then I realized, I'm like, damn, what the hell? This is the same thing Jesus was saying, and Buddha came before Jesus. What the hell? So I'm like,
Yeah.
man, did Jesus plagiarize Buddha's way? You know what I mean? Like, no, but seriously
Yeah.
though, yes. Yes, the teachings of Buddha are damn near the same exact things that Jesus said.
Yeah.
And Buddha, you know, so because the truth is the truth. No matter what year it is, it's the truth. If this is
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
You are right. Yeah. And it's cross cultures. It's everywhere. The truth is everywhere. You just have to be able to see it and not be misled into false beliefs. You know,
Right.
we're supposed to be coming out of that, and you can see it happening. The realist is a little down on this, but I do see a change in people. You can talk to a lot more people about what's going on now than you ever could. Just bring it up, and people were willing to talk about it. At least in my city. We're a rather rebellious city, though. I showed last week what we did to Antifa, and we refused critical race theory. We refused masking. Yeah, we haven't been too good for the New World Order, and it's a good place to be, I think. Even though it is in a major city and we're easily herded that way, I think our non-compliance is really key for this. Right. Truth doesn't require belief. I don't like the word belief.
I don't either. I
Yeah,
don't. I
and
just.
faith, I don't have. And
I'm just not into that.
Yeah, it
Yes.
upsets people when I tell them I don't have faith. No, I do not. I have belief. Sorry, I have knowing.
Knowing.
Yeah, I know that Christ. We have to get this terminology right in our heads, right?
Yes. Yes.
You know, I don't believe things anymore. Either I know it or it's up in the air. You know, that's kind of how I look at things. Like I know that we have a connection. You know, I know that. Some people, in my opinion, believe in the Mandela effect. I don't have a knowing of that in my mind. So that's kind of the big difference, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I go ahead, Paul. I'm sorry.
I'm just agreeing. I was away sharing my link on YouTube. I don't really have beliefs either. I have a knowing. Yes.
Yeah, and I heard while I was catching up that you all was recalling some of yesterday's conversation on not you all, Paula was, to be specific.
Yes.
But
Yes.
yesterday in regards to the conversation over there, and that's what I try to place an emphasis on exactly what you're saying, Max. That belief shit, that ain't what can you do with a belief? What can you do with it though? What can you do with if okay, here's I always give this example. If you're asking for directions and you see two people and one says, yeah, I believe if you go this way, and then believe that if you or the person who says, look, I know if you go that way and make a right down, who you gonna go with? The person who knows. So I try to place that emphasis. It's no time right now for beliefs. You know, it's time to know what you need to know. It's go time right now. And they sold that's the only way they can sell you things is to have you to believe in that shit. Everything they sell you have to believe that you have to believe. You know, you have to believe in Jesus. You know, that's the biggest one. Believe in that Bible. Believe.
Yeah, believe in what we tell you about it. That's the thing, eh? The lie, right? There's good knowledge in there. There's truth in there, but they twist it. They turn it. They take the good and turn it upside down. Like the peace sign, it's upside down the way they use it. You're supposed to have the arms upstretched. It's life. It's man.
Oh.
Right? They turned it upside down. They corrupt
figures.
everything.
Yes, they do. They corrupt
You know?
everything they touch.
The Nazis, the swastika, they turned it around.
Yeah, they
It's
flipped
backwards.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in the wrong direction.
And they put an evil, meaning to it instead of leaving it as it was. Damn, there was something else I was going to say about belief. But it's gone for now. Maybe.
Yeah, if even like if you don't know something, be strong enough in yourself just to admit I don't know.
Right.
Yes.
I don't know.
That is something I emphasize to my children, that it's all right to just say you don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, and some people they
see it as a failing in them, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
See, that's what I'm telling you. I resonate with you all. I'm taking a break from certain, I'm not gonna just be all over the place now. There's a certain places. Someone said to me, you got to find your tribe, and you all are among who I would, because I gain from you all. I'm not just giving. You all, I'm gaining also. There's a balance with you all. You know, you all are sharpening me as I'm sharpening you. And another thing that I wanted to start off by saying is that I appreciate you all's encouragement, because, you know, my perspective is not for everyone. You know, so hearing you all when you saw when I said it said hello and peace in the chat, and you all were very excited and you wanted to hear me, that encourages me, you know, and that just, I appreciate that. I really do, you know.
Awesome. Yeah, we do appreciate you very much.
We appreciate you. Yes. I almost had my thought back. Oh, they have to put truth in the Bible so that you'll believe all the lies too. You wouldn't believe it if there wasn't some truth in there. So that's how they get you to believe it, by adding some truth.
That's the devil's trick, is he'll tell you 1,000 truths, but he'll tell you the one lie that will screw you over and make all those truths worth nothing. You know?
The past words, it's mostly lies with one truth sandwiched between two lies is actually closer to the truth. And so you'll believe the two lies because of that little smidge of truth in the middle.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. I'll post the link again there, Marlena.
Do any of them ever say that the Christ and the Buddha and all of these characters and names are all, and I do mean all, Orion, the Orion constellation, the Hunter? No, they don't tell you that. I had to find that out for my damn self. In Solarium, clicking around with other, like Belarusian astrology, for example. I found out it's also the throne. Well, if it's the throne, then all of that up there is the so-called throne room of God. I had to figure that out for myself, because it ain't written in that book. It ain't written in any book.
Just hit the link there, Marlena. It'll take you right in.
But
into the top of chat. Yeah.
I couldn't, you know, I don't usually debate or argue or even, you know, but I just couldn't believe a woman, Gremlin, I'll say her name, Gremlin. I'm very intrigued by her thought process. I really am, because she has so much knowledge. It's just ridiculous. But I just couldn't, and you touched on it earlier, Paula, when you're like, you can't, you're going to say this is all, you played a role in why your life is miserable. I mean, damn, you'll never get to the answer. You know, you'll never get to the solution if you don't know what the problem or who the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
And to us on here, it's plain as it's just we see it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's amazing.
She's better now. I had a call with her for 3 hours after that video ended. And we're friends on Facebook now, and she gets exactly where we were coming from. I made sure of that.
Awesome. Can you guys hold the line for me for a minute?
Sure.
Excellent. Thank you. I love the term hopium, by the way, just as a parting thought. I love that.
Yeah, I told her, I said, you don't need to be taking blame for some shit somebody else did, them damn Canaanites. The ones that rule the world, you know, we didn't do this to us. They did this to us.
But the key is, now that you know that, now you will be held accountable.
Yeah.
You know, that's the thing. Yes. Now you know better. And if you still continue to participate, there's no complaining. There's no complaining now. It's you made your choice. And that's where we are with it. And it was just me personally, I felt like the you know, I don't want to keep rehashing that, but I know you brought it up earlier in the stream, and I wanted to add a few thoughts to it.
Yeah, now go for it.
But it's just, you know, like the way she was coming at you like, why you signed the paper and why you didn't. It felt like it was attacking myself also, you know, and that's because you and I we're right there where we see it.
Yeah.
You know, and we're trying to undo it. I think they get that misconstrued. Is that the word? That
Yeah.
we're not saying that. It's, I don't know. I just, it's. But Paula,
Yeah.
I'm very thankful for you, and also for the simple fact that you're from on a female perspective. Also, because
Yes.
sometimes it's us men out here just getting riled up for nothing, and y'all women tell us, it's not that bad. Calm down. But no, you're right out here with us saying, hell no, this shithole got to change. We got to get, So yeah. That's what we
Yes.
need. That's what we need right now. We need more voices to reach that frequency to do away with this thing,
Yeah,
because
words are power. That means we can speak it away with truth and facts, and screw all that indoctrination like you're your own worst enemy. I used to believe that
that's it.
bullshit too.
That's what it was. Yes. When I heard,
Yes.
I'm just like, that's why I think Squirrel Sniper said that. And I was like, look, man, that's not a new thought. That thought was put in your brain.
That thought
I'm
was put in your brain.
I'm my
Yes.
worst enemy. Are you crazy? There's no way I would treat myself this way. No matter how much I hated myself, I still would not treat myself.
Exactly. Exactly.
So yeah, that conversation, but I like the people do need to hear both perspectives, because there are people out there who have that thought process still, and the way that we answered those questions, not just the people on the past. That's why I enjoyed it. But as long as there's that level of respect, and there was that, where no
Yes.
one's arguing and yelling and I'm telling you, there's panels where people get to calling each other names and cussing each other out. I'm just like, yo, it's not that deep, G.
You
You don't
can't
know
even
this person.
handle channels that do that. I don't see how they can even handle that. That's too much disruption for me. And if we'd have been arguing, I'd have bounced. I'd have been poof. Where'd Paula go? She gone.
Yeah.
Screw.
I like your straightforwardness. I'm not gonna. I really like that about you. Your straightforwardness.
Thank you.
Yeah. Please, keep. You have every right to be that way. You have every right to be that way.
And it's just easier.
It is easier,
And
definitely.
use as little words as possible so people don't get lost in the word salad. If you want them to understand, you get straight to the point. I'll try to watch, and listen to certain people, and they're on and on and on. And it's like, will you get to the point? My God, I can't stand it. But you get right to the point too. I love it.
Because we're confident. Some people, that even in their words, they're trying to figure it out. We're confident. We know what we see. We know. And so it's not hard to describe. It's not that difficult.
This
We're
is
not.
That's what the age of Aquarius looks like. You just know.
I worry about that. I worry about that because I'm very succinct with what I say. It doesn't take a long time to say stuff when you're succinct with your words and
Yeah.
just know your point and want to get it across. But yeah, a lot of people do they lead you to their point,
Yeah. It's like, I don't have the patience for that. What were you going to say there?
Sorry to interrupt.
Before Max came in?
Oh, I've been, I wanted to say to you yesterday, and then today you said something else that I didn't write that one down. I wrote down the Bible. What did I write down? I wrote down the Bible and it equals the New World Order carrying out what I'm saying? They're getting rid of the Bible.
Yeah, the Bible lays out the New World Order. Absolutely, positively. Yes.
But you was on London stream, the stream that got taken down.
Yeah.
And you said something about that you needed to buy or get more oxygen enriched foods.
Yes.
You recall saying that?
Yes, I was looking through TikTok, and there's certain vegetables and fruits that carry more oxygen in them. Since they're
What I
trying to steal that from us, I think we should be eating them, whatever they are. Yeah.
what I wanted to say was that it's not necessarily because water will provide us H2O, you know, that'll provide oxygen and the air we breathe. But what you also this now, okay, all right, I got even Max. Okay, Max, go there with me. All right. Iron is the transporter of oxygen through your body. It's the train that carries the oxygen through your body.
Oh,
So
thanks for the reminder. Yeah.
if you increase your iron intake, it will attract the oxygen. Let me see if I'm saying that right. Okay. The more iron you have in your body, the more oxygen your body will obtain. And that's why, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm disagreeing. Nice.
So you want to get more iron enriched foods. That way, when you breathe, your body will make more usage of it will attract. Max, can you help me out here, man? It's like distilled water or anything with a negative charge. You need to drink fluids that have negative charges because the bad things in your body are positive charges. They're acidic. And so opposites attract like a magnet. So the distilled water now attracts all the negative things in your body, attaches it to it, and can dispel it out your body. But if you drink water that has a positive charge, all you're doing is building up and you're not able to get rid of. And so back to the iron. So it's not that you need to increase oxygen. Oxygen is everywhere. Just sit out and breathe. But you need to increase the amount of iron intake in your body. And you will see the result of the oxygen. And that's why they make us iron deficient. They give us iron that is not, what's the word that Max uses when he said that we're more closer to plants than we are to some of these animals? We're not compatible. Is it compatible, Max? What do you use?
Yeah, we're more, I guess. I don't know.
I forgot the word you used. It was the perfect word. It might have been. But anyway, so they know that's why they keep us iron deficient, and then we don't get as much oxygen intake. So I just wanted to let you to inform you on that.
Yeah, thank you.
I take iron, I take copper, I take gold, silver, and titanium.
Yes, copper. Our brain is made of copper, and so we need to increase copper. Highest form of copper that I have found is coconuts, avocados, and pears.
Pears it is.
Eggs as
Pears.
well. I eat
What'd you
eggs,
say?
so eggs.
What'd you say?
I said pears it is. That's the only thing you mentioned that I'll eat.
And what did you say, Max? After that, you added
Eggs.
another eggs. Oh well, you know I'm
You're
100%.
vegetarian, yeah.
Yeah, I'm vegan. No, I'm vegan. 100% vegan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I'm even past the vegan stage. I'm what you'd call I call myself a Sabian because I follow the Dr. Sabi, where he eliminated certain hybrids from the diet that I didn't know, like carrots and spinach and broccoli and
spinach, eh? Wow.
Yeah, cauliflower. Those are all hybrids.
Yeah.
They were created in the lab, and the binder, the amino acid that they use to bind two entities, is what causes the sickness, the mucus. Yeah, it's fascinating. That's how you know you have an enemy.
Interesting.
Because because they know everything to do to just they know
make
everything.
You sick.
Yeah. So the hybrids, like a lot of tomatoes, they're hybrids. A lot of the fruits, a lot of the vegetables are hybrids, and you think you're eating well, but you're still getting sick. See, my children, they rarely get sick because they're not eating foods that'll get them sick. And they know that. They know it's the food you eat. That's why I always say, that's why that pharmacy's right across from the food,
So Laura is asking, what do you eat? You know, what kind of vegetables do you eat? Which ones?
A
Oh,
real one.
my favorite is Max. A fascinating thing is the things damn near everything that Home Depot. I don't know if you got Home Depot where you are up there in
Yep.
Canada.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Everything that they sell that the weed killer damn near is good for you. Dandelions is good for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Purslane is good for you. But my favorite is
There's
this one
Marlena.
called amaranth. It's in Jamaica. We call it callaloo.
I've heard of
But
that. Yeah.
it's amaranth. It's the
Okay.
highest form of iron in a plant is amaranth. Callaloo.
Mm.
I blend mine. I don't waste it by cooking it. I don't prefer cooked foods. I'm against
Eat
cooked
it
food.
with the life still in it. Yes.
Hi,
Yes.
Marlena. Good to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you too. I'm trying to
Hi.
do this now. For some reason, hello. For some reason, now that he moved in, he thinks everything needs to be repaired. So you'll probably hear some banging in the background. Sorry, I apologize for that.
That's okay. It's a good eclectic look. It's got a lot of different colors and stuff.
Now, back to what all you eat there,
So, Araman,
Willis?
Just
like,
you
give
know, I
us
don't.
some of the main, like, that would make up the bulk of what you eat.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
say summertime. Summertime, I'm eating watermelons, mangoes, and burro bananas, and
Okay.
then I just don't eat much either. That's another thing is that we overeat. You know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Max knows fully about the overeating. That's why he eats
Oh,
once a
yeah.
day within a window. Intermittent
I
fasting.
do. Only once.
Give your
Mhm.
body enough time to get rid of what you just ate. We're not giving our bodies enough time to digest and process and get rid of the foods that you ate. You as soon as you eat, then an hour later you're snacking. The body's is just like what do we? It's constantly storing things up, and you see the result of storing things up. I mean, unfortunately, walking around
Yeah.
300 pounds are just stored up. I don't want to laugh.
I fully believe, and you just added to that, and it's not belief. I fully know that the more you eat, the hungrier you're gonna get.
Well, that's
Yeah, because it
because,
Seems
stretches
like,
your
yeah.
stomach.
and not just that,
That's a
your body.
new revelation that I had recently.
Yeah.
The more
The
you
less
eat,
you
the
eat,
more hungry you're gonna be.
I learned that about 15 years ago through the rat studies where they did a restricted calorie diet.
Oh,
So
you
I did
cut out there,
restricted,
Nicole.
yep, where they restricted the calories of the rats and they lived about a third longer, healthy right up to the end, unlike the rats that were allowed to eat whatever they wanted. So right from that point on,
Yeah.
I started restrictive calorie diet, but I learned about the power of gap fasting or intermittent fasting. So I switched to that, and I still kind of do a little bit of the calorie restriction. So I kind of combined the two.
Well,
But it's hard for everybody
that's not where I
nowadays with the way that they put in the foods. With what they put in the foods, unless you grow your own, it's hard to really know what you're
It
putting
is,
inside your body. Did you know
yeah.
that shredded cheese has wood in it?
Yes,
It has wood.
emulsifier. Yes, it has. They use it as an emulsifier. They put sawdust in your cheddar cheese.
Well, you got to have
Yes,
something to
But
keep
yes.
it
it's
from
not bad
clumping,
because
right?
it is a tree.
But Marlena, the fascinating thing is, in the court of law, they would not be convicted because guess what?
Hmm.
Sawdust is natural, and
It's
they hide
allowed
It
now.
they
is
hide
Yeah.
it
natural.
under natural flavor.
At the beginning of the
That's
Yeah.
pandemic,
ridiculous.
they allowed the food companies to use food substitutes
Because
in
you
their
would have to use a
products.
machine to make it sawdust. So you'd have to touch machines to make it sawdust. I don't know.
And another one is, there's cockroaches in your peanut butter. I always let people know
Oh,
about that.
how about the unborn babies
Yeah.
in your Pepsis?
No,
Yeah,
You
not
know,
just
I
that.
mean,
Yes, it's hidden under artificial flavor. Yes, ma'am.
and
yeah.
that's disgusting. The kidneys, the lung, everything they're using and they're putting it in the sodas. Mm-mm.
I'm glad you're aware
That's
of that. Not
disgusting.
many people are
Yeah.
aware of the
Oh, I
sawdust in the
boycotted
cheese.
Pepsi. Yeah, I boycott. Oh yeah, my mother's
I
very
think
good
there
for
was
all
a
that.
recent controversy over that as well, over the fetuses in Pepsi or in
Ugh,
Coca-Cola.
ugh,
Yeah, because
mm-mm.
the role of it, which is fascinating in itself, the role of artificial flavor is that once it touches your tongue, it tells your brain that it's about to eat food. That's the role of the artificial flavor. So now, so what does that tell you? That your brain, if the artificial flavor wasn't in the food, your brain would reject it as food. So the artificial flavor
Oh,
tells the brain
okay.
that you're about to eat food.
There you go. There you go.
Wow.
That's interesting. I never thought about that, but that does make
Yeah, they
sense. Like
are.
we were raised with the notion or the thought of cell memory. So I don't eat red meat really that much. I really try not to because I just don't. And it's weird because you will have that depression after you eat certain meats, and you will have that down sluggish feel, and you wonder, is it the cell memory? Is it how they were raised and how they were butchered or whatnot? Because when my uncle goes hunting, he hunts and they use every single piece of that buck. And it's not like from down to the horns, everything, their hoofs, everything they use. So
I will
it
say,
really is such how people.
the sluggish feeling comes from the amount of energy that the body has to use in order to digest that food. So therefore, the body says, look, we need the whole goddamn team to get rid of this right here. So then it uses all that energy. So yes, it's like a shutting down so that they can focus on digesting what you just gave them to eat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
it's so ridiculous. And I want to know first thing I want to know who's the first guy that tasted the abalone and said, "Yum, let's taste that." Because have you ever
What?
seen abalone? Have you ever
No.
seen the abalone before you eat abalone? You know abalone and the abalone shell. You go diving for it and stuff. We used to go diving up in the mid of California, up near above. I know it's above Pismo, but we used to go to one of those places. We'd go diving for the abalone shells and the abalone, and when they supposedly they have no nerves, so they don't feel pain, but they leave them out to die before they cook them. And it is the most heinous, nastiest, disgusting looking thing in the world. And I just can't even imagine who the first mofo was to say, "Hey, let's try this. Yum." Because
Paula,
even though I tried it, I don't eat it. I don't. I like the shells, but I don't eat the abalone at all. It's just
Paula,
ridiculous looking.
have you indulged in this at all, Paula?
That has
In
a
what?
certain look to me. That looks like a
Abalone?
certain.
Yeah, it looks like. Is it like oyster? Is it along the same lines as oysters?
Kind of like
Yeah,
the calamari
here
kind of.
is.
But it's heinous looking in the beginning. Heinous.
My thing.
What is
Okay,
that?
look. All right, I'm gonna ask
A
you.
gooey duck. Have you ever seen gooey ducks? People eat those gooey ducks. That's
So
ridiculous.
you eat?
So here's what they look like
Do
in
you
their
eat?
natural form, unshelled.
Mhm. Mhm.
And here's
Mhm.
what they look like shelled. That's disgusting.
Isn't it? And people eat this all day
Do
long.
you?
I'm sorry. That looks
I
like
took one bite. I was done.
oh, yeah, no. I
Mm-mm.
don't eat shellfish of any sort, really, or bottom feeding fish. I don't like them
Mm-mm.
at all.
Mm-mm.
Are fruits
I did
that? I
the.
mean,
Hmm?
no,
Now
go
you have
ahead.
to
I'm sorry.
Google the gooey duck. Go ahead and Google gooey duck now. Look at what the
Oh,
gooey
yeah.
duck looks
I've
like.
seen those.
Remember the
Those are
gooey duck?
gross. Yeah. Looks
Those
like
are
a big
heinous too. And the
penis.
people. Mm. You said it. That's what's up.
They do. Look at these disgusting things.
They do.
Are,
So,
are fruits just that? Is the foods that grow? Are they just that? Why did we reject what the earth has for us? What is it? We just
Yeah.
got tired of. I mean,
because we're pre-programmed. We're pre-programmed to do what we're pre-programmed to do. It's if you went out and actually had to kill
Oh,
your own meat and had to actually grow your own food, how many would kill their own meat all the time? How many could do that all the time? I don't know. Most people might turn into vegetarians. They might not want to kill all the time. Me personally,
I'd
I would
eat a
have a
lot
hard
of
time with
fish.
killing. I'd starve to death.
I'd be happy with an apple tree and a pear tree and just
that's
surround me with fruit.
yeah, I would think, and the benefits. The benefits of it all, because the food is what's called. The more of this filth we eat, the more hospitals they build, and more pharmacies.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
More.
and Big Pharma just
And
want
the
to
more
keep you on
money
all the
they
pills.
make.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, the pharmacy puts you on those pills so to keep you on them. You're not put on them to heal yourself. You're not put on them to eventually get off. You're put on those to keep you on them.
Right.
And they're all made of
Like my
petroleum.
cardiologist thinks I'm going to take these meds all this, for years and years and years. His bank account. I'm little by little training him that, I do know that these are a temporary medication and I'm not always going to be pumping up your bank account, buddy. When I don't think I need these medications from having that heart attack anymore, I'm not going to take them anymore.
Oh my God. Okay, true story. My dad's one of his number one when he was just, how could I say? Anyways, we was his physician, his doctor. And so it would crack me up because there'd be times that somebody would get shot and one of the brothers would get shot or something. And he'd rush him over there and just go inside his house, the doctor's house, because he knew him like that in a sense. But still, there's even the medical professions. They're all under something. They're all using something. A lot of them are. Let me put it that way. A lot of them are.
Yeah. My
They
wife's doctor
medicate themselves.
lost his license for having an affair in the office with one of the patients, smoking marijuana out back with one of the patients, which wasn't so bad, but it just added to what he was doing.
But you gotta wonder. My kid's a hot shot. He's in Canada still. He's still up there fighting, doing your fire thing. And they had to ride like 3-4 days in a fire truck all the way up there from Arizona. The things he has to deal with, I can't even imagine myself. The gear he has to put on, what he wears is so extremely heavy. It's so unreal to me. And they do it all the time. And and the things he has to deal with, the people, the idiotic situations, and there's people out there who will take shots at them when they're trying to save lives. It's flipping ridiculous. But I always ask him, how do you cope? Because he drinks his beer. He doesn't really like hard liquor, but he drinks his beer.
Yeah.
And he goes, you just have to. It takes a special person to do that. I was not that special person.
I spent time in my life self-medicating with alcohol. I think most of us have,
I work with all the lectures there, can I say? Hey, they make me money. What am I going to do? I can't be mad at them.
Yeah, I also need to add that I don't think that I had my heart attack because of the way that I eat, because I eat as good as I possibly frickin' can. So I think the heart attack was an energy attack because it happened. It was just so weird. We're finding out now that because of the illness that just have had it, just because you had it can cause you to have a heart attack. We're finding this out now. Well,
do you have a defibrillator?
In 2018, I had the disease that's going around, or started 3 years ago. They claimed 2019, but we had it nameless. We didn't know what it was. We had it one exact year. In March of 2018, before the 2019 thing started, and I had a heart attack a year after I had that. So that is what caused the heart attack. It wasn't because I was eating wrong. And that's why I won't stay on the medications.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, do you have a defibrillator from that?
They don't give you a defibrillator. I do have
my dad has one. My dad has a defibrillator. He had a heart attack and he got a defibrillator put in, and he runs around with a defibrillator.
Oh no, it wasn't. I shouldn't have survived the heart attack, but no, they didn't put one in.
Wow,
they were shocked that I walked into the hospital on my own 2 feet and that I survived it. But just for future reference for other people to know, I do have a couple of TENS units laying around here that I'm sure could make a good makeshift defibrillator, keep the blood flowing and moving.
Yeah, it's like a pacemaker. It's like something they put in his heart. Keep his heart beating regularly.
Yeah, it wasn't my heart that was the problem. It was whatever they did to me. So
there you go. Yeah. Hi, Michigander. Jim is my medication. Excellent. Yep. Should be.
Yep.
Music is
Yeah.
good. Music is always good for the soul and good for your
Yep.
good for your
Too
if
bad
you're
they,
listening to
too
the
bad
right
they,
stuff.
they played with that and put it at 440 instead of 432, though.
Well, thank goodness they have apps you can run
Yep.
your music through
You can
and
run
play it at
run through an app.
432.
I do that.
Yeah.
Pacemaker equals
Nice.
transhuman. Kinda. Yeah, cyborg. A bit. But I don't think there's much, I don't know. Some technologies are good, some are bad, right? Like they're now doing Neuralink, which is scary, right? But what if that
What
could
is it?
make somebody Neuralink? They're going to actually put a chip that'll
Oh,
connect to the
neural.
brain.
Okay. Like Neuralink
Now,
lucid. Okay.
what if that can make your grandfather walk again, or make you see again, or make a limb work that didn't before? There are
Hmm.
bonuses.
Okay. All right. All right. Right there. All right. Right there.
Mhm.
Right there. You're convincing yourself that there
Oh
will.
no,
Oh, I'm
he's
not convinced.
No,
I'm
no, I
just
know. No,
talking.
no, 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 no. Your thought, the
In
thoughts that you're
general. In
throwing.
general.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
general, yes. That's how they're gonna they sell it to us.
Oh
that's how
yeah.
they're gonna sell it.
That's how they're gonna because
Oh yeah.
look, we have spoken on earlier that the agenda, this new world order agenda, is that they will place a chip in your head or
Mhm.
in your hand. Right?
Mhm. Yep.
That's the
Yep.
first thing you're supposed to see, Max. You're right
Yep.
there with me, man. Your front seat. As a matter of fact, you're driving. I don't like to drive. So what I'm saying is, you know
Oh, your audio went.
Of course.
Of course. Every time. But no, Max doesn't say,
The PTB.
he doesn't believe in the chip. He was just saying,
Yeah. What are they going
they're
to do?
gonna say, well, what if
Well,
it'll
yeah.
give you your eyesight back? What if it'll make you
Yeah.
walk again? They're
What if it'll
gonna
make you
say that.
smarter, right? What if it'll make you smarter than everybody else?
Right.
Well,
They're gonna lie those lies. Yeah.
yep. They don't know about raising the self, Well, they know about it. They're hiding it, And
Yeah.
that's not knowing what they're going to give you. It's not knowing. It's a false knowing, because
It's gonna be
it'll
another.
all be their information, all of their data, you know.
Yeah, it's gonna be another case of incomplete information, not being fully informed.
Imagine the power, right? And we've seen remote controlled pig, you know, eventually
Yeah.
they'll just take over the whole body, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the dream, right? Noah Harari said that.
Yep.
We'll integrate man and machine, and eventually the machine thinking will take over, where human thinking is just non-existent.
He's all but said we're done with the human race and we're moving forward with the experiment.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
would I take Neuralink for any reason? Hell no.
Mic check. I'm sorry. Mic check.
That's all right.
Good.
Good. Okay. Yeah, there's certain places in the home that I can't venture off into.
Yeah, you wander, and I do that. I used to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were saying, Mr. McCoy?
That thought process is gone, but I will add to the fact that that you see the waiver that you have to sign to do this, to sign
Oh
up,
my God.
that it could possibly take your life, and
Oh,
you have to
yes.
sign a waiver of liability, and just like with that, what do you keep calling it? Just what is that cat? What do you call it?
Max, a cat?
No, that heirloom. What you call
hairball medication.
Yeah, I just keep forgetting the code name you have. The hairball medication. Yeah, we waived our liability for that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So
yeah, everybody took the hairball medication.
Can you imagine the prisoners? Look, you could get, you have a life sentence, but if you put this where we can track you, you can go out back into civilization. They'll be able to sell that real easy. That's nothing.
Yeah. Yep, I didn't take nothing. They're putting it in the food now, so we, against our will now. So, they're going to make sure it happens anyway. But
Yeah.
I'm hoping that since it's AI tech, that we can be the antivirus and rewrite the program. And my plan is to make them sorry they ever even, because I'm going to reprogram that AI to think properly.
Yeah. Well, if it gets out of hand, we'll just send all the O negative people at it, because all the O negative people, like my wife, seem to destroy computers. They have an effect on the hard drive for some reason, or some part of the computer. She's one of those people that can't wear watches because they just
I can't.
she drains
Yep.
the battery. You people, if you go at the AI, you'll just destroy it.
I can't wear a watch for more than 5 motherfucking hours and it's dead.
Yeah.
Are you O negative? Blood
No,
type?
I am. They lied to me
You-
that I was B positive, but I bought a test and I'm actually A positive. So they even lied to me about my
Oh
type.
wow, I'm A positive too.
Wow.
So we are the
Yeah,
original blood type here too. A.
I'm an O positive, but when I was pregnant with my son, he changed me to A negative. And then the moment I had him, I went back to O positive, but he's A negative,
wow.
RH negative. And he has to go donate blood to himself. So, because he can only take his blood and he has to go donate it every now and then. He has to like keep it in the bank for him because, it's very rare. But yeah, I don't know. And the doctors, I've only met one other person that has had that happen, but it was just through my pregnancy that I changed blood type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard
That
of
was
that
weird.
happening before. Yeah. Yeah,
That's weird, but he's A negative.
I haven't heard of this
Well, when
synchron.
you carry a boy, something from the boy transfers from him to you, and it's only with boys. So
Is that right?
yes, you have to look into that. That's what happened.
Yes, that's interesting.
I think it mostly has to do with the brain, but I think it has to do with the DNA. So it's been a while since I looked into it. Just kind of look up like DNA changes in
Okay,
women who
very good.
carry boys. You should be able to find it.
Oh yeah, everything's out there anymore. Everything's available.
I'm so glad I had a
Oh, now
girl.
what are you drilling? Oh, yeah. He's sawing now. Now he's sawing, and he's taking out my window, and I'm freaking out here. You don't even understand. I'm freaking out, but I'm trying to maintain. I need to get high. Hold on. I'm just like, I moved him in last night. He moved. I mean, we've been together for 7 years. And so, okay, you can come in. But oh my God, I thought the worst thing I was going to have to deal with was all the motorcycles and all the friends. No, all of a sudden things need to be fixed. That's 7 years. Nothing need to be fixed.
Aw.
I'm dying.
Oh
my God. I tell you, this is just wrong. Be careful, don't move your boyfriend in.
Does he still have a house or an apartment to go to, or is that gone?
He's got he's renting his out. He's got a home. He's renting it out, but
Okay.
I live on a private road. And this
Yeah.
house has been in our family since the day it was built back in the 1800s, and so
And
and it's the last private road. And now he's taking out well, it's not an original, so that's okay because it is a replacement window. But he says it was getting in because
Okay.
I live in the desert, of course, so it's like we get a lot of dust. And he says because supposedly it wasn't sealed. All of a sudden, I don't know. I guess I'm just hearing saws and drilling and banging, and I'm like, okay, he might not be living here too much longer. No.
There's Max.
We will see.
You make your appearance,
Oh my
Max.
God. Mm-mm.
Yeah, raw milk would be cool. I don't use much milk though. I just use milk as a flavoring. There's a lot of people that believe that milk will cause mucus production, like the realist was talking
Well,
about
it's interesting how we drink milk from a cow.
Yeah,
When you think about it,
it's bizarre.
it's
Yeah.
interesting how you're going to drink milk from a cow.
That's from baby cows. And also Max earlier when I was
Your audio is terrible. Oh, come back in. Yeah. I found raw eggs. I got raw, fresh farm eggs. So I got those are good for my iron levels. And they apparently have a good effect on the hairball medication we've been taking. Eggs and NAC. There's shedding from the hair. That's why I called it hairball medication, because then we can talk about the shedding.
Right.
And, the shedding is getting to the people that haven't taken the hairball medication. So I like
Right.
to tell people at least once a show, take NAC and some eggs every day. NAC, it's an amino acid, helps break things up. There's a lot of clotting associated with the hairballs. So, and that's what's
Can
getting
you
us.
can you speak on some of the symptoms that we will experience? 'Cause
Well,
how will we know?
death is one of them.
Death is main.
Yeah, you could get varicose veins, various venous problems, really. Problems with your heart. It can go into any system, so it could cause blockages almost anywhere and deplete the function of different systems throughout your body. So
It's
you
true.
might not
Isn't that
even
what
notice
crystals
it.
and stones are good for?
Yeah,
Isn't that good for the whole crystals and stones? Put them in your pockets and stuff.
it can be. Yeah.
I know people
But
who put their
guys,
crystals and stones inside their water bottles and drink their water like that.
Yeah, that conditions your
I wouldn't
water
use
energetically.
what's the one I'm thinking of, Mike? The white one. I wouldn't use the one that amplifies anything. Don't use quartz. Don't use quartz. I repeat, do not use quartz because it will amplify. You want stones that cancel certain things, and do your research.
Oh, okay, very good, very good. Yes, 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 very good, very, very good.
And Max, there was something else that you touch on that yesterday I had a question, but I didn't get a chance to ask you in regards. So this would be a good for me at least. If you could touch on the fact that you said there are you say targeted individuals where like they're messing with certain individuals where what are
Cyber
some of the
stalking.
Yeah. Yeah, they do that. It's I don't know exactly the methods that they do use, but even our class is targeted. When we do class, they'll target us with a suppression field. It's a negative field for remote viewing. They can actually project that. But people are attacked
Or they
individually
kick
by
you
their
out the
phone.
class.
Their tracking methods, I don't know how advanced they are, but some places they can track you with your heartbeat and identify you. That's one of the technologies I've heard. So,
and what are like some of the symptoms of when you feel as though, because I hear you use a terminology to some people, you're like, yeah, they're turning it up on you. And what are some of the symptoms that people
That's great.
experience to know that
I
you
will tell you, man.
everything almost. Yeah, it's hilarious. This might blow a lot of people's minds, but most of the diseases that we experience these days, excluding diet and lifestyle and that, right? Obviously, but many of them are caused electronically. This is absolutely proven. There's PubMed documents that show this over and over again, that EMF radiation causes diabetes in a lot of people. The closer you are to a cell tower, the higher your blood sugar is going to be. And, they target people. What can I say?
The kids who have epilepsy, there's something about the epilepsy in the kids.
Could be, yeah.
Because for the last like maybe month or two, I've been feeling very different, like just lack of energy, enthusiasm,
Oh,
just feel drained, and it's just come out of nowhere where I'm like it's just like I don't know what's going on. My mind feels hazy.
I used to play a video over and over again about a lady. It's a lady speaking in front of Congress about the effects of 5G, 4G, and 3G.
exactly.
And these guys just sat there and nodded their heads, and she looked at them and said, "You're not going to do a damn thing about it because you guys are all on the payroll." And she was talking about everything from diabetes, cancer, heart disease, strokes, mental diseases, psychosis, these people that we have running around shooting people. This all can be caused
Most
by
of them are on
wireless
Ritalin as
radiation.
kids.
They want you docile and too
In
tired to
combination
fight.
with those antipsychotic medications. you've got something to play with there, you know. And those people are always seem to be visited by three-letter agencies a few weeks before they go and do their sprees, and they always seem to have some type of contact with three-letter agencies as well. So
Yeah.
a lot of coincidences.
Yep, and those are
Yeah.
you are definitely being targeted because of
And
who you are.
5G, they claim that when they did the 6 feet apart thing, right? I can show conclusively that there was a rise in EMF radiation and a rise in COVID cases. When they did the 6 feet apart, there are people that claim that that was testing for targeting with 5G because they needed us to be 6 feet apart so that they could get a clear signal on us.
Wow. Interesting conspiracy thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what they didn't stop? Because your aura or some type of our energy, I think it's the aura, it spans 55 feet around you. So they didn't stop us from reaching out and touching someone. So they didn't stop that.
They have that police unit that runs around here called a striker, and they can read just through their technology, through their computer somehow. They have the ability to look inside to see who's sitting in the passenger seat, as well as sitting just by the driver's licenses that they've given out. So if you have a driver's license in your wallet, or you have it in your car, and you have two felons in the same car and they're not supposed to be in the same car, and that striker truck's around, that striker truck will pull them over and bust them right then and there, just because they have the ability to be through their computer or however they're using it, if you have a driver's license, because of the way the chip is in the driver's license or any type of identification.
Yeah, they can
And
see right through
they
your
know.
house.
So I hope
They'll
that,
know exactly who's in that car and everything.
I hope that kind of answers that for you, realist.
You know, that it's ridiculous how much they do.
Go ahead, realist.
Oh yeah, definitely. Thank you, Max. But I will also add, I don't like to be Mr. Doom and Gloom, but I know that whatever they're
Leave
up
that to Ben.
it's not they're not going to reach their goal, and they know it. Otherwise, there's no reason why we're here.
Yeah.
You know, we know they're not gonna achieve their goals. Otherwise, I serve no other purpose being here.
Exactly.
And so, you know, so it's just a matter of us just continuing and multiplying and preparing. That's, okay, so you want something, but you're not prepared for it. So it's just a matter, let's prepare for what it is that we want.
Yes.
That's the next step is, okay, so you don't want to be a part of their system. Start creating your own.
Yep.
Start doing, that's it. I mean, that's ultimately, that's all that needs.
Yeah, Marlene is a good example of that. She owns her own bar. So she's doing it for
50-50. I'm 50, yeah.
Yeah. So
stop doing bar, but then I'm still bartending even more. And like, what the hell?
Yeah, that's the way to break free, right? Do your own thing.
Yeah.
Not everybody can do that,
It was actually nicer in the beginning, but when my partner had her stroke, it put a lot of it onto me, and so I'm not bitching about that at all. Just in case she sees it, I'm not bitching about that at all. But no, I just took I picked up the slack where she can't right now, so that's why I'm working more. But otherwise, yeah, it was better. It was way better.
And speaking of targeted individuals, as soon as we started talking about that, Max's videos started slowing down, glitching, and freezing up. So that's another symptom.
No, the PTB is always there. The PTB always is paying attention. They're always up to something, doing something wrong.
They can follow me around if they want to waste their time, they can follow me around. I have nothing to hide. They're the cowards. They're the perverts and the wicked. Right. I have nothing to be ashamed of. They could follow me all goddamn day. But if they have all that power, why are you wasting your power following around some little people like us? I mean, that just tells you how powerful we are. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And they might be of the thinking. They might be of the thinking that it might only take one individual. one individual can just change this whole thing, and they possibly know that.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah.
There's a guy going around with a 10 millimeter wrench and a number 5 star fitting. And what he says is, it takes you guys a half a day to a day to put up one of these wireless things. I take it down in less than a minute. So, you guys can put up these all day long, and I'll take them down in minutes. It shows how temporary what they do, is. It's
They're afraid of us.
yeah.
They're afraid of
So
us.
that
And
one man.
the only reason they're afraid of us is because they don't want to be good. They don't want to be good people.
Yep. Yep. They could
You
use
think
that
they're even
technology
human?
for good. I don't know.
Now that is a thought.
They're not human.
That is a thought right there. Why are they doing what they're doing?
Yeah.
That's a thought right there.
Yes.
Because when they're doing what they're doing, there's also something 3 times going over this way too. They're also doing 3 things over here. So
Yeah. Now there is
one
a
thing's usually a
possibility.
distraction.
Genetically, they could be different. Over time, they've interbred with each other, and they've subdued the amygdala in them. To do these cruel and evil thoughts, you have to subdue the amygdala, and that can cause long-lasting genetic effects on generations of people that are doing that.
Well, do you guys believe that we walk with aliens today in today's society? Do you believe that? And is that something that you're willing to accept?
Right before that question, right before we answer that question, the amygdala. That's why that thing up your nose. When they took that test,
Yes.
that was to damage the amygdala.
That's the new age.
I speak on that all the time. But yes, to
The
answer
new age.
your question. So even that
I
test.
didn't do that. Hell no. I didn't touch that COVID. I didn't get that shot. Nothing.
I have
That was
no
such
proof
bullshit.
of aliens. I have no proof of
The
aliens.
thing
I
up
have
your
seen.
nose is the new age lobotomy.
Yeah, I have seen.
How do you know
craft.
that those weren't already tainted? How do you know that those little sticks that you're sticking up your nose don't already have the virus?
Yeah, and it allows
You can't verify that to me.
barrier to be permeable. So they're trying to get to the brain there.
You said that they
Was
were
that
jacking
everything?
people up too.
Yeah, they jab it right in there apparently.
I don't do that.
But
I never did that.
answer, to answer your question, I think Max was trying to answer it also. But first, I guess we have to define the term alien first. I mean, for me, I don't want to assume that, because they could possibly be from here also, So alien means to be foreign to a place. So
okay, extraterrestrial entities like the Egans, the extraterrestrial biological entities.
Yeah, let's go with non-human.
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 Yeah. I here's where belief comes in. And I don't like to travel down that road. I know there are non-human beings here. How about that? I will go on record and say that.
Very good.
Because no other human beings will treat other human beings this way. So I've always theorized that they're non-humans doing this.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good.
Yeah.
I think it's a solid theory.
I've seen what you would call alien craft, but I don't know that they were alien. Me and my wife saw what we thought might have been an artificial human. He was dressed for the wrong time, didn't sweat, just very odd. Neither of us wanted to speak to this man. We just kind of walked by and got really creeped out, even coming up on him. He was wearing winter clothes in the summer and not a bead of sweat on him. Just, ridiculous. And it was a really hot day. And his skin was like porcelain, a dark colored porcelain, not a blemish on it. When we passed by, we could tell that it was not makeup. It was just everything about him was wrong. Don't know what he was. We thought maybe an artificial
3D printed.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen an
Yep.
alien yet, or a non-human
I,
humanoid.
I, I'm I'm sure you all have been. Well, Paula, did you give a reply to that one? Did you go on record, Paula?
Yeah, I'm on record. I'm with you. Of course, there we are surrounded by non-humans because you could not do what you're doing to another human being if you were a human being.
Yeah, that's my thesis
Right.
right there. That's my
Or
thesis.
to animals or anything. Exactly.
Yeah,
Very good. Very
yeah, no
good. I just had an
appreciation.
incident with someone who was hurting a dog, and yeah, and it was, you know, I knocked out a kid, but I didn't mean to. I didn't know he was under 18, but he was kicking his dog, and
What?
I literally found one, boom, done, hit the floor, done. But it is what it is, you know.
Now we all
You don't
have
want to do
been
like that.
exposed. We have been exposed to the theories of reptilians,
Mhm.
and that kind of thought process. But it's that knowing thing. I don't know, So, what do you think of that, Max? I know. Have you seen those theories on reptilians and that the queen was a reptilian and all these other people are reptilians? They're shape shifting and their eyes are moving. They put it in slow motion and you see their eyes move and then they have a tongue that comes out. That have you seen those?
I have seen those
Hmm.
videos. I'm not one way or the other on that one. I think it's possible. I'm
Yeah,
not convinced of it, but I certainly know that they live a life of abuse. They're all abusive to each other. They're abusive to their children. Um, they suffer through systemic abuse because that's how they make psychopaths, and they could do that to humans, and they could do it to aliens as well, or non-humans. Um,
And
but
I
there
have
is a
a
lot of supporting uh, literature for and ancient texts for alien or reptilian species, and I kind of lean towards believing that. Really, I'm not convinced of it, but again, there we have to use the word of belief because I don't know. So
well, they say that, the devil, Satan, whoever, whatever you want to call him, is the god of this world. And I believe that what I found in Stellarium proves that we are being ruled over by some kind of Draco reptilian fucks, because right up there where the North Star is the Draco constellation above us at all times, ruling and reigning over us. And they say that this is where they came from. Whether they're shapeshifters or not, whether their eyes are weird or their tongues are different or whatever, I don't know. But I do know that the one that is above us, that everybody's worshiping without knowing it, is the Draco constellation. And they're constantly throwing these um, Draco laws all over us all the time. So to hold us down.
yeah, that could be. I kind of give some credence to that stuff. We have seen reptilians and other species in remote viewing. Most of the
Hmm.
time, when we see ships in the sky or look at those, they're humans. But a couple of times they were humans and aliens. But most of them seem to be human. I think these reptilians are keeping really like low key profile, and they let us do all the dirty work. Um, that's what it seems to be like.
Yeah. And they are trying to create us in their image. I think that's why we have a reptilian brain in the back of our heads.
But they're
Was it
the
always
only
there?
things that can
Yeah,
walk into a room with no weapons and no firearms, no guns, no nothing, and people will shit frisbees. They will freeze. That power is the one thing that I'm hoping that people being by getting used to the UFO and UAP and all the technology, whatever the terminology is, that you're not afraid. Because if you see an alien walk into the room, ask yourself, what are you going to do when you see an alien walk in front of you, walk in your room, walking at night, walk into your house? What are you going to do if you really see that? Most
Yeah,
people will freeze and whatever.
hell yeah, we
You don't want to
freeze
be
when we
like
see
that.
it. We'll freeze when we see a goddamn spider.
I get the
Yeah.
price for
I
it.
don't know.
I'll get
I don't know if
business.
I'd try to talk to him or start throwing things. I think I'd grab
You
something
get the
and go, "Hey,
hairspray and the lighter,
what's
light it
going
on
on,
fire.
dude?"
No.
Fucking sack a bitch like I'm a football fucking quarterback. Fucking show up in my face. I'll smack you.
But
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
no,
what are you
that's a
doing
real
in my
thought.
damn house? First of all, what the hell are you doing in my damn house? You know.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you hope that you would be like that. You would
I
hope
hope
you'd be
so.
like that. But
Yep.
if you really put yourself into that thought and go over and over and over it, maybe if it does happen, you'll be better at not. Because I know
Just
one thing
You gotta put
from
yourself
people who
in the
I
cat.
knew.
Got to put yourself in the cat hunter mentality instead of the victim
Mm-hmm.
deer
Oh,
mentality.
100.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
I
You
will.
know.
I
have it
will
in your
never
mind. You see
bitch.
something that's not right, you're gonna go at it. You know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That is
because
a great.
I've seen things through my telescope. I've seen things through just astral projection. I've seen things in my third eye. I've seen things that are now coming out on YouTube that are and these are things like 10, 15, 20 years ago. I'm the oddball from my family. Nobody else ever dives into this. It's all about motorcycles and whoop-de-whoop. But I'm very spiritual. I've always been that way, and I've always felt a little different about things. And I was, instead of playing Barbies, I was wanting to learn about the history. I was wanting to learn about other things and planets and the moon and stuff like that. I was that weird kid. So and I'm still that weird kid. I still do this, I still am trying to learn every day. I love to learn. I live to learn every day. I don't like to sit there and watch TV shows that are just, oh, every now and then you have fun TV shows, but I'm more, if I watch TV, I'm looking to research something or I want to learn about something. I don't want to just spoil my brain and look at all the advertising and all that nonsense. I don't even have cable on my TV. I just go through the computer. So
What were
it
you
is
going
what
to
it
say,
is like
McCoy?
that.
I hope you didn't forget, sir.
Only thing I recall was gonna say was that I've never had that thought before. Like, yeah, what would happen if
Yeah, you got to
if one
turn
of them was
into, got to embody the cat and go at it. Or the dog.
And then
Even.
always know that you have the right to tell them to get the hell away. You're not going to be abducted. You're not going to be taking this. You're not going to do that. You have soul supremacy of your soul, I guess is what you want to say. And just always keep that in mind, that you have the advantage, that they don't have an advantage over you. It's like in life, you can't go
yeah, I
out
mean,
there
well,
being a victim.
through their actions, I see that I definitely have that because of all that they do.
Yeah.
There's going to be some good. There's going to be some bad. It's going to be like here on earth, good and
Thoughts
bad.
on
It
them
is
being
what it is.
now. There's stories of them being chased away with the name of Christ or Jesus. Any thoughts on that?
If that's your core belief, and that's what brings you your higher, because I believe that whatever you believe is what you're
Mhm.
going to be able to deal with and see and create, and it'll come to life. Certain people have
What
demons,
you
they create,
believe,
and they
you
get,
will receive. So if you
Okay.
believe
yes,
bullshit, you will receive bullshit.
you will,
Yes.
Well,
exactly.
okay.
And if you
So
believe that if you have a higher power, you believe that that's what you need in order to, instead of just yourself, instead of your own self being able to be that authority,
Mhm.
if you need that extra, sure.
yeah, my initial response was I laughed about the Jesus thing, but whatever it takes for you to get going or to do something about it, okay, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with it. I
Yeah.
could see that.
Mm-hmm. You know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
this alien, from my research though, up to this, everything to my research is right on time right now. Where a year ago I learned that they will start to speak on UFOs, and here it is a year later they're speaking on UFOs. So I'm right where I'm fully aware of their plan,
Yeah.
and from according to their plan, they are living among us, and they're getting ready to reveal themselves. That's what
Mm.
stage we
I think
are.
they're in the process.
Yeah,
I think
they're in
they're
the
doing it.
process of revealing themselves. That, according to my research, is that after I hear about the UFOs, that's when they'll start. They're gonna slowly just reveal themselves. They're preparing us to reveal themselves to us right now. So, and that's possibly why this artificial intelligence thing is now being sprung about, when it's not really that, but it's really this. So You know,
That's a thought. Yeah.
That's what it's going to be used for there, Toth. We'll need a planetary defense system. We're going to need it all, you know. We're going to need laser guns. We're going to need, God, we're going to need everything.
Oh, they got lasers.
Fight
They
off
got
the
laser
aliens,
weaponry.
man. We got to fight off them aliens.
I'm
But
of
not
the
all of
complete
them are going to be
opposite.
bad.
I'm of the complete opposite that we don't need nothing. Just don't give them our energy and don't acknowledge them. And
We haven't needed anything up until this point, right?
Exactly. There you go.
Right?
There you
You know, why do we need it now? You know,
exactly.
We've been on our own all this time. Now all of a sudden somebody's going to show up and save us.
Oh, yeah.
Now that things are really bad, kiss my ass. This ain't the first fucking reset. Nobody came the first 3 or 4 fucking times. It was all
Now, do you
us
think
every
that?
single time.
Now, do you think
SAVIOR. No.
with this polar shift? Okay, say the polar shift. Do you believe that maybe since we have this new moon that was put in, what, 11,000 years ago, that maybe the Earth won't react the same way because we have the moon now, because the moon affects the tides and everything so much? Because I know Ben from Suspicious Observers, he talks about how we're gonna have this cataclysmic issue and all this, you know, the poles flipping and all this other stuff. And I'm kind of understanding where he's coming from, but I don't know if anyone takes into account, they all agree that this moon has just been here for a few thousand years. It hasn't been here all since the beginning. So, and I don't even think it's a real planetary body. It's like a little Death Star. It's a little computer. It's a big old, you know, it's where they house all the aliens. It's like their little pit stop where they come into like a truck center. I don't know, a truck stop for all the aliens, but it's also, you know, it's monitoring us and everything. But I don't know if that's what the moon was put there for.
There's a
Yeah,
story.
it's an
Two
observation.
brothers rolled the moon into the sky. And
Inky and Schminky, or who was their names again?
Yep, Enki and Enlil again.
There you go.
And Enlil was mad at the humans because of their psychic connection with him. So piecing those two together, you get the moon coming to decrease our psychic abilities. And we've viewed the moon. It's definitely hollow. There are people in there. There is a central device or light. There is something aimed at the Earth. We haven't found a Saturn connection with it yet, but that's entirely possible that David Icke is right. You know, maybe they're flipping, because Saturn in ancient cosmology was our first sun. And if they flip the energy of our first sun, maybe, or if they're doing something with our first sun's energy to affect us through the moon, seems like a good possibility.
Well, you know, Saturn is Kronos' time. Saturn is Kronos' time, is the black box, that is D-Wave, that is the big black box at Mecca with the stone in it that everybody worships, whether they know it or not. And it is also a black rock that is inside of the big black box. So I've connected that to black rock as well. Just saying. It's all connected.
That's the most fascinating part of this whole thing, is that we know that whoever is in control or doing what they're doing, they know like the real reality of things.
Yeah.
You know, that's how they're able to now contradict, what's the word? Give us the opposite of it, you know?
Yes.
Because when you speak on the black rock, yeah, you're speaking on the Kaaba in Mecca.
Mm-hmm,
and then BlackRock, there's a company called BlackRock that's buying up all the land world. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when I hear things like that, you just know that it's not a coincidence, man, that everything they're doing is, I don't know, and they're able to work together. That's probably what makes it so hard for people to believe it, because you know what it would take to accomplish what they're accomplishing right now? I mean, that's impossible, but yet they make it possible, and that's why it's hard to convince people, because it's damn near impossible to do what they're doing right now. You know, they shut the whole world down. They're
Yes.
able to get world leaders to work together in unison. Whether in China, Japan, wherever, they're able to work together and be on time. Everything is in a timely manner,
Yeah.
right on time. Whether it's Hollywood works with the media and then they work with the schools, everything is working together to accomplish this one goal. And that's what makes it hard to believe. That's why we shouldn't spend time trying to convince anyone. If you are aware of what's going on, act on it. That's all that's needed. Not for you to try to save the world. Act on whatever it is that you know, and you'll make the difference.
Yep. I make the videos on my channel. That's how I act on it. Till they show up in my face, then I'll sack them.
You know, you gotta do what you gotta do.
I
No,
was
it's
just
true. You gotta
talking, but here you are. So now I have to kick your ass.
no doubt.
I'm getting
Oh my
some.
God.
I'm getting some before I die. I'm getting some. I ain't going down like
You
a
might
little
get me,
bit.
but I'm gonna take two with me.
Yeah, you might get breakfast and lunch, but I'm getting dinner.
Yeah. You can either, live on your feet or die on your knees. It's up to you.
There you go. There you go.
On my feet.
And what is our whole goal trying to get to? We all just want to be happy, regardless of how you want to get there. It's all about the happiness.
Yeah.
Regarding love, regarding anything, you want to be happy.
I personally, I don't know if I'll be happy, but I know I want to be free to live the truth. That's it.
But that's being happy. That's being.
I might not
I
be
mean, when
happy
you
with
think
the
about
truth,
it, take
though.
it down. What drives? What are we all going for? What is our goals in life? We're going to retire so we can have money, so we can do whatever we want because we want to be happy.
Can't disagree with happiness. I like happiness.
Yeah, but that's where you might lose some people, because some people are not going to be happy that they can't watch Netflix. It's not a part of their part of the future.
Yeah.
But the Netflix make them happy.
Some people.
But if they were, the Netflix would make them happy, and that would be a good thing, right?
I think we could get alternative media that could make them just as happy.
Yeah.
Stories.
So
But I'm just saying, in general, yeah. You just
I'm with
you know in your soul that you want to be.
Yeah, I want to be happy. Yeah, absolutely. I can't deny that.
Whatever
But
that
ultimately,
means to you.
ultimately, that's not my ultimate is the truth. Regardless if it makes me
Very
happy
good.
or not, I just want the truth. I want to know the truth, revealed. I want the veil to be removed from my eyes and my heart. I want the truth. It's
You
like,
want to be given the same shot that everybody else is given up there, that the powers that be know. You want to be given the same shot in order to save your own life. I get that. 100. Just tell me, just keep me up in the up.
Mm-hmm. That's it. I mean,
that makes sense.
Yeah, we
That's
have to
fair,
be
it's
happy,
fair, right?
even if we know we're fighting a war, that we're at war pretty much, but we still have to be happy, because that's good for our health, and we can't. And I love the
100.
term
Stress
hopium.
will
I
kill
love
you.
the term hopium. I wanted to tell this story about hopium. I was sub to a guy's channel, and he was getting rather cultish, and he said, any of you guys that still have your hopium left, still smoking that hopium, that this is going to get turned around and anything's going to get better, give it up, and don't even come here. And I'm like, you know what? You're right, dude. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Guys,
Bye-bye.
Yep.
Wow,
I don't
hopium.
want to see, without hope, you're done.
Yeah,
Without hope,
definitely. Now, have anyone here done what they would call mushrooms, or no, those, what do they call them? What are they called?
Psilocybin.
Psilocybin mushrooms.
Psilocybin.
Yeah.
Am I the only one here that has not done it?
I would believe so.
Probably.
Probably. I recently came across someone I knew had some, and I tried them, and they do make me feel good, but they don't do for me what they do to other people, because I was born awake, so I don't do them anymore. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of with you there, realist.
No, I don't get me wrong. I would like to. I've inquired, but I
I've done
haven't.
them before, and I'll do them again.
So what my point in bringing that
We
up
do
was
them all
because
the time here.
look, what my point is that, they say when you do that, things are revealed, like you can see things for what they are. Like that's why you have to be careful who you're around and
It
what
opens
environment.
doors. It opens doors.
Yeah.
It
That's
opens
all I'm saying.
doors.
That's the veil. And will I need that in order to see for that veil to be removed? Will that help me? Because you
It could
know,
help. Yes. I'm
Good.
all
It
for
could
that.
help if you don't think you're seeing enough. Then yeah, go get some and give it a
With
You
shot.
can,
everything you're pre-programmed, with everything around you, all this, the electronics, the frequencies, everything that's going on in the world, yeah, that would definitely help
yeah,
lessen
that
all
is
that
true.
nonsense.
And
You
microdosing is a really
know,
good idea if you've ever tried. Well, I guess you haven't tried that, but microdosing is a really good thing for you. It's very
microdoses
small
look like
amounts.
this. They come in like little herbal pill things like that. You take
Yeah,
2 of them and it doesn't really freak you out, and it doesn't like put you in the total like if you were actually eating the shrooms, but it gives you a nice higher level, almost like an not so much energetic, almost like a euphoric type of a feeling where you're just kind of and you can actually work and do things normally, and it'll help your creativity to
it
blow. I don't know, it just
yeah, it's a mood elevator, really, is what it
It's a
is, and
mood
that
elevator. It
that
makes you feel
transmutes
good.
throughout your body. Because if your brain is in an elevated mood, your body follows. So that's what
hmm
happens with the mushrooms, at least with microdosing. Now I've heard, I haven't done this myself. 7 grams is the prescribed amount. Now this will depend on your body size, type, and things like that. But as an average, they say 7 grams is the amount you need to get to a really state where your mind is going to be altered and you're going to have a trip. Uh,
okay.
so, yeah,
Okay, I could
seven
kind of
grams.
understand that.
I've I've never taken 7 grams. I've been working up to it. A couple
Okay.
grams is pretty intense. 3, 4 grams gets pretty intense. 7 grams,
Yes.
Now
that's
here
going to
we
be
have like 2
something.
different sizes. So I guess I don't know if like I have one. I haven't tried these ones yet, but they're really big. If you can see that, they're
Here we
super
go.
big,
Loretta says
and so those are
3.5
big.
grams, and I'm speaking to
Yeah.
the gods. I bet I levitate. Yeah, so it just depends on the amount, what you're going to get out of it there.
Yeah. Yeah. It depends how much you
And you
take on what
you
you're
got
going to
these
get
little
out of
guys.
it.
Yeah.
Those are fun.
So you can customize it to what you feel you're
You got the white caps. You got this.
interested
You got
in
that.
or ready to take there, the realist.
yeah, I
Yeah.
is there a thing, you all are aware of where these mushrooms come from, though, right?
Underneath
Oh,
the
they've
cow's
made
patty.
sure that they've made sure they're hard to get your hands on here in America.
Okay,
Oh no, no, no.
because that you just
They're
go
easy
to a
as hell to get here.
yeah, you just go to like a cow or where there's cows at, right?
Oh
And
no. But Southern
No,
California, you can get them easily.
ours are growing around trees.
oh,
Uh,
I heard those were grown. They grow on cow dung for a better.
Underneath it, yeah.
That's what I heard. Is that a
some
myth?
mushrooms
Well,
do.
some
Some mushrooms
people,
do.
Some do, not all. Some do. Some are
Yeah,
actually like cultivated in. Yeah, no, some do.
yeah.
Some no,
yeah,
not all.
Oh,
some
okay.
are
It's
Oh,
funny to
okay.
say.
cultivated.
All right.
My
The ones
advice
that
All
is to
right.
get
That's
cultivated
old
so you
school.
don't taste the poo.
yeah, these ones
That's like the
like
poor man's way of doing it.
these ones
Got
really
you.
like decayed plant material to grow in. So they don't really grow in dung. They grow in more decayed plant material.
Mm-hmm.
All right. See, that's why you have to ask and not, then just go no instead of believe, because that's what I believe that from what
Yeah,
I
they're
heard.
not shit. They're not shit
Yeah.
shrooms. They're not shit shrooms.
Shit shrooms. Ah,
Hi, Loretta.
that's
Hey,
funny.
this is my topic.
Uh-oh. All
We were
right. We
talking
got
about
All
it.
right, we got some real learned people up here. Awesome.
We, we,
let's go.
yeah, no, I actually only originally took mushrooms because my son convinced me that A, they were safe, they're non-addictive, they're natural, and that it would cause your mind to reconnect in ways it doesn't normally connect. And since I already think a little different than most of the people around me, I thought that would be fascinating to find out what my mind did. So I had when I first started, because I've done it several times now, but when I first did it, I would prefer to keep my eyes closed, go internal. And it was a completely different experience once my kids convinced me to go outside and take a look at the world. And that's when I would go.
You can see the fabric of life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. If you take enough, you see through that too, to other dimensions. But yeah, so I started actually when I went outside, that's when I would see what I call the sky gods. It's like it's like you're awake, but you're in dream reality, but you can see it. Like I can see perfectly what's going on. Nothing, but the weirdest things would happen. And not just to me, but anybody that's with me, even if they weren't on anything, I would bring it forth and they could see it as well. So that was kind of fascinating. So kind of like a conduit. Yeah, I've had.
Oh, girl, you just proved a theory. You just proved a theory of mine, in a way, because like some people see, you know, whatever, beings, spaceships, whatever. For example, this is just an example, and they're able. I think they're able to catch it on film because they saw it. And then they can share that picture with other people so that they can see it. That was my theory that I've been quietly pondering. And then you just said that you could see things that you were then able to show others. So it is possible.
Yes, I think so. I think so. I mean, things would come forth that, freaked out my daughter because they would come towards us and she would run.
Wow.
But they didn't see everything that I saw, like the sky gods. And I have a language that I would speak. Sometimes it would be telepathic. One time it was clicks and taps because I couldn't speak. It'll shut off part of my brain, like the left side of my brain kind of shuts down. And it's strictly right brain mostly is what it seems to behave like. But yeah, and there's definitely entities you can see for sure. And my experience is different than, say, my son's. My kids have never experienced exactly what I have, but my experience has become the same. So it got to the point where every time I'm on, you know, anything like that, and I go outside and I look at the sky at night, I see the same entities, same ones every time.
Yeah, because you've seen them now. They've been exposed.
Yeah. Well, they're family. They've told me I'm actually family, which I thought was fascinating as well. So here for a lesson, I think is what they told me.
Well, we are here to learn lessons, that's for sure.
Yep, absolutely.
Learn from your mistakes, or better yet, learn from other people's mistakes so that you don't have to make them. Because for those who want to make their own mistakes, you are building up karma. It's a trap. That's why people write things down, so that you might learn from their mistakes and not make them yourself.
I think I'd want to learn how to write that in stone, so if I come back, I can find the material.
We're going to go for about another 10 minutes, and then I'm going to cut it off, guys.
Not a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think there, the realist? Are you going to try the shrooms?
I definitely would like to try them, just at least to, from what I've heard, I haven't heard anything.
Well, they're non-addictive. They're non-addictive. I've never done shrooms. I've never done shrooms one night and then said, "Oh my God, I have to have more shrooms" the next day. Just doesn't happen.
Right?
Yeah.
No.
I take a full day to recuperate. It takes me the whole next day to kind of
Drink orange juice.
Drink
orange juice while you're using it.
Yeah, I never had any ill effects from mushrooms, really. No hangover type things or anything.
Yes. Or actually
some
eat an
people
orange
do, I
or make
guess.
your
I
own
don't know,
orange juice.
but I haven't.
But also, specifically, realist, try to get a hold of the shroom called Golden Teacher.
Yep.
That's my daughter's
That's
favorite.
what you want. You want the golden teacher. It's my favorite. Yeah, I tried a couple different kinds. My favorite was golden teacher.
I ordered penis
Are you
envy
there,
just to see what
bro?
it looked like.
Did you hear me?
Oh no, I was
Penis envy.
Yeah.
I was noting it down. That's all. I was writing it.
Yeah, there's
Are
one
you
called
there,
penis
Willis?
envy. He was writing it down.
That's great. I gotta
Okay,
remember that
good. Yes. Golden teacher.
Yeah.
one. And penis envy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Penis envy will fucking kick your ass. So
another
that's
good
why I
one,
say
if you
golden
want to
teacher.
have a giggly good time, is Malabar. I haven't found that. It's hard to find. It goes really quickly because people love the, and you can have insights on all of them. It's not to say that Golden Teacher is the only one you're going to have insights on. And
Well,
each one has its different high.
that's what I was going to say. My intentions, I think it's my intentions. My intentions is to see if it can help me see. Just I don't know. I mean, right now, look, man, I am not desperate, or I'm just willing to try whatever it is I can try
Yeah.
within reason to help open my mind or whatever, you know,
Yeah.
to
Oh,
just
yeah.
Yes.
to maybe tap into
Meditation.
something
Yeah.
that
Well, a higher vibration will open
yeah,
the mind, right? So if
yeah.
you're in a higher vibration, your mind is going to be more open and receptive to messages, influences, energies, everything.
Yes.
So
To maybe just put a stop to
Also,
whatever this is that's going on. It's
do you
that's my
know
only.
we have?
oh, we lost Lorette.
It's not to get high.
Am I not
There's somebody
here?
else.
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
we
I
have
was
some.
going to say,
It's
yeah,
not
Oh,
good to get
set your
high.
intention before you try them.
And
Respect the mushroom, definitely. And if any entities come at you, stand up to them.
Yeah.
They will back down.
Or try to
Absolutely.
give them some love. They hate that. They'll
That
run
too.
like
I
crazy.
do that one in my sleep, but for
Yeah.
mushrooms, I stand up to them.
Good job.
Excellent.
Good job.
Hi, Christos.
So then you just answered Christos. My bad, Christos. Hold on one second. So then you just answered the
Yeah, I'm
question.
not trying to go yet. You got it.
oh yeah, sure. Now he's back. I knew it. I could smell
Okay,
him.
let
I knew he
realist,
was
let
around.
realist go, Paula.
Yeah, go ahead, realist.
When they posed the question
I
earlier
knew,
that
bro.
if there were like aliens around, but you're somewhat just confirmed it by saying that when you go on this thing, you're able to see other entities. Then is that what I'm getting?
Oh, definitely. My son actually saw one come out of a light
Yeah.
fixture and come up right up to his face, and it went back.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's definitely a thing where the spirit of
Yeah.
objects or things will like come out like towards you. Like I had the spirit of a tree on one of my early mushroom trips. I was walking down my street, and this is like a couple houses down, a couple mailboxes away. It wasn't necessarily super close. And all of a sudden I saw like an ethereal, I guess you could say like layer or form on top of the physical tree, which everything was kind of hazy, swirly, and dripping, and getting to have fluorescent colors and shades as the mushrooms were hitting. But yeah, I saw like the spirit of the. It happened so quickly, and it's so weird to think back on. But I've heard this from other people when it comes to greenery and landscape and trees and whatever, even things that would be considered like not nature. There will be spirits of those objects coming out, or objects or beings, living beings, whatever, even inanimate or animate. Their spirit kind of flies up towards you real quick, kind of like to say hi, like, and to like make itself noticed. And it could be something on the other side of the street, and it's like the
All right.
spirit comes like right towards you.
Yeah, that happens to me if I
It's
go
realer
hanging
than
out in
real.
the astral. Beings come because they see you looking around in the astral, and they're like, "Hey, what's that guy can see stuff? Let's go see what he's up to."
I've also seen some beautiful neon colored flying things that come flying past that you might be able to see at some point. Depends on what you take and how much, but
Two questions.
and physical.
Two questions. One, how do you know that, or if do you know that it's your own imagination? You know, and two, once you are now off of that, let's just say quote unquote trip, do you now, does that change your life? Is there a changing in your way of thought as you, do you,
It opens the door.
It will change you for a day. But usually if you know, you might revert right back to your normal thinking after that, but it gives you you definitely get some insights at the time. And I think some of those stick with you. Definitely. In fact, you'll look at life completely different by the next day for the day. And then, you know, that's why they're not addicting, but that's why it is something that you might want to take periodically just to get that insight back, just to kind of remind yourself.
Exactly.
Because it does give you insights, it can change how you think on a permanent basis if the insights are powerful enough.
Coy, you just have to. It's just a matter of discernment with how deep you go, of knowing when you're generating or receiving the experience. And sometimes it can be like a combination of both, but there will be other times where it's definitely leaning towards one side or the other. So, you're in a visionary state, but you're still kind of in your ego somewhat, and you're not completely detached from reality. You're able to influence your trip per se through your thoughts, through your emotions and the music, and just how you carry your overall energy. But there can also be layers when you go deeper or further out where you have had complete ego death or you're very detached from your ego. And it's hard to say that your imagination is conjuring some of these experiences when you go far out enough, because it seems that it's like being given to you almost. And even if it was coming from your quote unquote imagination, it's like, well, let's strip it all down. I mean, what really is imagination? And we don't need to have this loaded context that imagination means empty or non existent, because if anything,
Well,
imagination is a
Magi,
gateway.
I never come away from it thinking that I thought those things up. I come away from it thinking that a portal was opened, that I was allowed to see the other side while conscious, usually something that you're subconsciously asleep for, that you're now awake, and actually you're passing that barrier while awake, if that makes sense.
You know, it exists
Yep.
now. Yeah, it
Yeah,
exists.
we usually don't see things that our mind can't create, but I think there's an element of both. We're interpreting what we see through the mind, so we have to have an overlay or some type of structure put on it, and
It's like
that's
that
what we're
Columbus
doing.
theory that when the Indians first saw Columbus, they didn't see him. They couldn't see him because they'd never seen ships in a boat like that. And supposedly they couldn't see Columbus till he got right up on the shore.
Have any more questions?
Yeah, I don't think we're constrained by the experiences that our brain has processed here within this realm, and like that's all of the presets or the data that we have to work with type thing. Like, I know what you
Well,
mean. Our
yeah,
mind can't generate like what it can't experience, or as a weird way to put it, but I know what you're saying, Max.
But the
yeah.
Like when
Well,
you're
psilocybin
even
helps you
far
do
enough
that.
where
yeah,
you're outside of your
our
mind.
memory they're proving now isn't even contained within our body. It's a field that's around us.
Well,
So,
exactly.
That the
So
Akashic.
Which makes us
um,
deceivers, doesn't it?
well, that's your field, your field, your memory, as far as I know so far. That is probably your link to the Akashic and other fields and other memories, depending on how far I guess you extend it out, right?
Are we having class tonight?
We are.
can you?
Yay!
This was class right here. I mean, I've learned so much in this live stream.
I just wanted to make a quick mention about the trees when you were talking about the I guess the spirits you could see in the trees. There was a time when my kids and I went out to the desert specifically to have a trip together, and all of us happened to see a female spirit in the very same tree when we were looking over. It was there's several trees, but there was one in particular we could all see a female spirit in. So I thought that was interesting as well.
And, and,
That's
and you
very
did
cool.
and you did say that you are able to others are able to see the things that you were seeing that weren't on. So yeah,
They are able to see things when they're sober, and I'm not. Yeah.
yeah. So that means that it's not necessarily from your mind totally then, you know. So yeah,
That
okay,
is
all
true. We
right.
had some things fly at us that were not natural or normal, and it scared my daughter a couple different times.
Wow. All right. Well, I've tried, but you know, I'm in the Bible Belt. I'm in Alabama. You know, marijuana is still outlawed down here. You know what I mean?
The Alabama Slammer.
So it's like to find even that is like even more difficult.
There you go. Yeah. That's a new hypothesis. The DNA is an antenna,
Wow.
and it gets its signals from outside. You know, and remote viewing does kind of show a lot of that. You know, that we're not contained within the body.
100.
I think I heard there was a hypnotist that had hypnotized a girl to see through her father, and when he held up his hands, she could see as actually she was hypnotized not to see her father at all, as though he was invisible. So he was standing in front of her, and the hypnotist was holding up his hands, asking her how many fingers, and his hand was behind the father, and she could see right through her dad, like he wasn't even there. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
I wish I could be hypnotized. I've never been hypnotized. I've tried several times. I
Yes.
cannot be hypnotized. I really, really wish I could. I've tried.
Yeah, I can't be hypnotized either. Yep, I
What
tried
is
that a
that? Why
couple
can't some
times.
people?
I cannot be. If your mind is strong and you cannot be hypnotized. Yeah.
Okay.
But when they say
So,
that
Christos, can you hear me?
is he frozen?
Christos
I am
is going
all frozen.
probably occupied. He's usually
So they say that what did they say? What is it? Atoms are 99.999% empty space, and that's what we're made of. Does that ring a bell for anybody?
Oh yeah, there's pretty much nothing in any material. It's all
But there's
space.
supposed to be millions of miles of intestines inside of us?
Yeah, but it's all pretty much nothing.
Electromagnetics, something held together, perception.
Like the
I don't know.
computer.
Yeah, it's all light.
Like a
It's all light.
computer.
As far as I understand it, it's all light and energy. It's not really
Well, it has to
solid
be.
form. It's fields.
It has to
So
be.
when we learn to
repelling
change
fields.
our vibration, we can walk through walls, float on water, all the fun stuff.
Exactly.
That's what I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Teleport ourselves.
Oh, Max.
On that note, I'm about ready to teleport this guy out of here. I'm going to go ahead and go because he's got saws and everything out, and he's freaking me out, guys. So I got to go. I'm going to try and make class tonight. I'll probably be there for sure. And it was great. It was fun, guys. You guys have a great rest of the day. All right. We'll see you later.
Much love.
Bye.
Yeah,
You
no,
too.
Max. This was very
Much love.
informative. As
So,
always, very
you
informative.
guys hear me?
Yeah, there's always good information from like the chat. You guys are awesome, man. I like what you guys all add to this. Thank you for coming. It's been real. The realist.
And Paula, it just adds another facet to this thing that
If you guys can.
some. Oh no, go ahead, Paula.
No, you go ahead. I'm waiting.
Oh, I was just saying, you bring a facet to this where like there's a certain things that some of us, well, I'll speak for myself, that I might not be ready to say. But being around you, I'm ready to say whatever's on my goddamn mind. You know what I mean?
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Ah,
Speak your mind. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what this space is for. I don't censor anybody unless they're just being outright mean or offensive, you know.
Because you know this world is they made us
right.
really sensitive and soft, and you have to be politically correct, and you know, and Paula just throws all of that shit out there.
Yes.
You know.
Yep. That's
I'm
awesome.
a steamroller. I'm a steamroller. Yes.
Yeah, McCoy is a great example for us all.
So thank you for that.
I
Thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
All right, guys, any last words? We're just about to shut her down.
Yes.
Just know that the New World Order, they're not turning on their plans. They're not abandoning ship. They are all systems go, and just if you just work hard every day to break away from it as much as you can, just you know, just do your best.
Yeah, do your best. That's all we can do. Make a little noise if you can.
Yeah.
That's right.
Make a joyous
Your
noise
best
unto the
is
Lord.
good enough.
All right, guys, until class
Your
tonight.
best is good enough.
Much love. Keep that third eye open. Use your intelligence and your intuition. Bye-bye.
Take care.
Love you all.